Hello and welcome to Game Over Cast. On this episode, banning only your most loyal fans, Bowser gives up the kidnapping game and gets a real job, and wait for it, I talk about robots. Yeah! And the best part, it's not even a video game this time.
But you talk about robots from not video games sometimes.
Yeah, that's true, but this time it's specifically not about a video game.
Actually, most of the time we talk about Gundam robots,
You're
which
right.
are not...
Well,
I mean, they're video games, but...
Yeah, this time it's
Okay.
actually about a Gundam movie, though. It's going to be great. We'll get there. Hello and welcome to episode 43 of Game Over Cast. I am Matt.
Hello!
I don't know why I talk like this. For the rest of the show, this will be the way we go. Don't you know?
I don't know if I can
Bro.
do that. Okay, I can try. Hello and welcome. Hi.
And like the 8 people that listen to the show just went, nope,
Yeah.
that was the straw that broke El
Thumbs
Camel's
down.
back. No. Well, today, kids, we're going to talk about some video games. Possibly a few video games, at least. I don't know. Let's just... Are you playing any video games right now, Brent?
Oh my god, yes.
Cool. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Yay, I was waiting for this because I was so excited.
Oh, boy.
I have been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
I created a new character, and it has been amazing. It is like this: the heavens have opened up, and the angels have come down and bestowed upon me Final Fantasy 14. I almost said 15. Wrong game.
Also a good game. Just saying.
Debatable.
You didn't like 15? Oh, you
I'm
brat.
kidding.
The ending was
liked it.
too sad.
Yes, I liked it a lot, but
Happy
the ending
ending.
is really sad.
Happy ending.
I feel like
also,
no.
Did you know there's going to be a 15, 14
Spoiler
crossover?
alert, okay? The country is in shambles. You are dead.
Yes.
How is
but
that a good ending?
Because true love. True love.
While your city burns.
Who cares about the peasants?
And then also you dying, that is not victory. That is not victory to me.
It's a good victory, though, because
Like-
you defeated your enemy and you can go on to your eternal reward, where everyone has amazing anime hair.
But you died. You didn't win.
It's like in a world where everyone looks just like Tien.
died. Wow. Anyway.
On a positive
so,
note, did you hear that they're doing a 14 and 15 crossover?
I did not.
Yeah, so
but
both
I'm ready.
games. The samurai
Really?
from 14 will be in 15,
Oh.
and then the car will be a mount in
What?
14.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
super cool. That's super cool.
At least I think.
But I'm still aiming for that. I need to upgrade to the collector's edition because I really want that fat chocobo mount where you're like
I shake my head, but I already have it.
bribing it with food and then you have to bribe it with cake to make it fly. That's the best thing ever. I love it so much. It's so cute.
It's so precious.
I'm going to draw one because it's precious. Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, so all are out the window because all of my free time is dedicated to Final Fantasy 14.
You have leveled up pretty fast.
I have. I'm already, I don't know how long I've had this game. Probably.
It's been like a week.
Probably like a week, and I'm already level 42.
To be fair, there is an experience buff on this server you're playing on, so you'd probably be like 15 or 20 otherwise.
Maybe.
So that's not that bad.
Maybe.
I'm trying to make you look less bad here.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've got a level 70 white mage. Mind you, I went into the server with it at level 68.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've had a character at that level for a really long time.
Yes, I just transferred him over.
See, when I played Final Fantasy, like when it first came out, I created a character, and then I only leveled
This is
it
a
up.
Realm Reborn, by the way, not when it was like really bad.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Not before the calamity, but I leveled up my character. I didn't get very far. I think I got maybe to like 20.
You were like 20, 25,
and then I
26, yeah.
stopped. And so this is the farthest that I've gone, but oh my god, I just wake up and I'm like, I just want to play Final
What's
Fantasy.
different now? Because you
It's
would
so
not, you did
good.
not want to play this because it took me and other people
I
like
know.
playing and having
You know
a good
why
time
I
to
didn't
make
want
you
to play
jealous.
it? Because, okay.
What's happening right now?
What?
You want to go play it?
Yes.
Is that why you didn't want to play
I
it?
want to go play it right now.
Ooh,
Okay,
ooh, ooh,
this
ooh.
is what I told you. Time is an illusion. No, I'm kidding. It's very difficult.
Dust in the wind. Wow.
I don't have a lot of time, and I knew because I love MMOs, and you and I have played so many MMOs together.
Yes.
And we've stopped because you got bored, not because of me. I love to grind. And I love like
she just has like rocks and a mill. She makes really good grain though.
and I love, well, you know me. I'm a thaumaturge, a black mage, of course, because DPS for the win.
Loser.
Of course. I can't handle the responsibility of being a healer. Come on now.
Expendable class.
No. Not like me, okay? No,
Oh my God.
But yeah, so I just like when I had a day off, I woke up and I got on 14. And then when I looked at the clock, I was like, hey, it's 1 a.m.
I remember that. I was around for some of that. Where I'm like, Britt, how long have you been on?
And I may have paused for snacks. I don't remember. But this is why. Because I go hard.
The word cake
and then I'm like,
thrown around.
I need to. Oh, yeah.
Pause for cake.
And then I was like, I need to get work done.
To be fair, I've seen some of the stuff you've done this week, and it's actually pretty good.
Thanks.
So you work well under a constricted time schedule.
Actually, yeah. I did a Moogle, and I did a Vivi, and I'm about to do a Cactar, and I feel like I finished these pieces pretty quickly.
Really? Because you must play game.
Yeah.
But hey, that's good, because it takes you 6 years to do one piece. So good job.
I guess I work well under pressure, but that's really weird and super stressful. Not the way to go about life, but I guess it works for me.
So 14. Got it.
Yes.
What else?
That's it. Oh, no.
Well, hey.
Actually, okay, I was playing Liar Princess and the Blind Prince, which is so good.
You talked about that a little bit last
I
show,
know. Yeah. Please play it. It is amazing, but
not as good as 14, apparently.
Not as good as 14.
Wow.
14 has consumed my life. It's so good.
So maybe don't play 14 is what we're trying to tell you here.
No,
maybe,
you should play it.
Maybe
it's amazing.
If you like going outside, you don't want to play 14. I don't know what to tell you, but okay.
Maybe.
So me on the other hand, I've been playing something much better. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. So.
Yes, because you've been playing it with me.
Yeah, that's
sometimes.
right. I've been playing with you and Andy and everybody else. So
sometimes though you'll get on and you're like, you're still here.
And I'm like, what is wrong with you? It's like 3. I'm like, I don't sleep, but you usually sleep a lot. But so I transferred. I beg your pardon. I transferred over my white mage because it was like level 68, and I just didn't want to do that again. It was a lot of mess. So I transferred him over.
That's a lot of work.
I've been fiddling with other characters. Like I'm trying a few DPS classes. Like the red mage is actually pretty cool. I like the red mage a lot because they're like a fencer and they walk slow. Like okay, so in MMOs you have auto run. It's a thing. Like you hit R or middle mouse button and you run, so you can let go of the thing and run for like the hour you need to run. Right? It's just a thing. I have discovered in 14 if you hold back, so the walk back button and auto run, you auto walk. So you're just. And then if you hit the sprint button, which is your cooldown run fast button, you power walk.
Why would you ever need that?
You wouldn't ever, and it's great. So with my red mage, because you're the red mage, he has he's the fence, he's got like the rapier and like the weird magical focus thing that he like floats with.
Yeah.
I'll just pull it out and like walk naked through town. It's like, I'm looking for the man who killed my father. Was it you?
My name is Inigo Montoya.
No, onward we go. Like walking across the landscape, just like forever searching for the man who killed my father.
Oh no.
This thing about MMOs, like you have so much to do, and I waste time walking naked across the landscape with the rapier out.
Well, there was that person. What dungeon did we run? And that person ran the dungeon naked, and I was like, okay,
you see a lot of naked
that's
cat
a
girls
thing.
in 14.
I mean, if you're high enough level, I guess it doesn't matter. But
well, the glamour system.
Oh, it was like a glamour thing. Yeah,
you can have the best armor in the world and be wearing like a smock, or you can be like Andy, always wearing a maid costume. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
or my guy, which I always have like the weird like. There's like a set of clothes I got that is literally the Nomura set, where it has like all these weird metal things for no reason and lots of zippers and buckles. So I wear that on my white mage because I can, and he has a monocle. Yeah, but. So yeah, red mage is really cool as a DPS. I will never solo queue because I did once and it took me 20 minutes to get into a dungeon. As a healer,
oh my gosh, it's
like,
really not that bad.
As a healer, you get in instantly. You've never queued alone. You don't understand the pain.
I guess that's true.
You always queue with me as a healer, so you get in
that's
instantly,
true.
or with Aaron as a tank. So it's like immediate in. But I did that. I'm gonna try Dark Knight, and I really, really want to try Gunbreaker. Like I don't care what it is, what role it is. Like it's a tank, great. It could be anything. It's got a gunblade. I'm getting the collector's edition that has Squall's gunblade. You know I am. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. But yeah, so that's me.
So good.
I also go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say the only thing that made me kind of think about trying a white mage, is that what it is?
That's
the white
that's
mage is the healer, right?
Yes.
Is that you have a freaking unicorn? I am so mad at you.
One of the mounts you're going to see unicorn. Yes.
I want a unicorn so bad. I
No,
can't get.
I mean,
Can I please, as a black mage, can I have just like a
black
unicorn from
with
the
devil
abyss?
horns.
That would be amazing. I would
No,
love that.
But there are mounts you get for the really hard primal fights that are like black horses with like fiery stride and everything.
Okay, see, that would be amazing.
It's like hard. Though.
I mean, I'd be missing the horn.
You have to do the extreme mode of primal fight. So you've done normal, and then there are hard modes at 50.
I could do that.
And then there are extremes that I haven't done some of because they're kind of insane. But you know,
I mean, as long as you're there to keep me alive, it's
this
fine.
is also you who has a hard time dodging the circles of death.
That's not true.
It's true, guys.
It's
She's gotten
not.
better, but that first fight,
true.
lordy.
It's fine.
Allow me to
It's
explain what
fine.
happened, okay? You know how you play an MMO and you can turn left and right, but you can also strafe. So Brit would have the pool show up at her feet. She would go, uh-oh, rotate, then run away. At this point, her legs flying across the room, smacking off of my forehead. I'm like, you want this back?
I'm like turning my mouse as if it helps.
It's amazing. There's that.
It's really
we've
not
all
that
done
bad.
it too. That panic motion where it's
Yeah.
like buttons, and you try to jump out of the way, and jumping does absolutely nothing.
I know. Sometimes I've had to tell myself because I'll be like, and I'm like, just calm down. Press 2, press 2, press 3. You're fine. Let's go. It's cool. You're dealing damage. DPS is the best, man. It's the way to go. Plus, it's too much pressure to be a healer.
It's great because it's totally expendable. I've won boss fights with just me in the tank. It took a long time, but we did it with the tank just like poking at this giant dragon, and I'm like, heal.
That would take so
mana
much
regen,
time. Why
heal.
would you do that?
I mean, because the DPSs are dead.
You need us.
If it's like the Titan fight,
You need
you
us.
can't even revive them because Titan will knock you off the arena, and you're just done. You're
Oh,
gone.
no.
That's coming up for you
And
later.
see, I haven't done that one yet. I'm not.
Yeah,
we'll see.
You dodge his AoE or you die instantly, and there is no reviving because you're gone in the lava. It's just bye-bye.
My favorite thing though is to sit in the desert and watch the cactuar because they stop and then they do this cute little little shuffle and then they stop again.
The skitter.
I know, it's so cute. I love them.
Right. We're moving on.
Yes, this is about Final Fantasy 14.
Surprise, this is actually
So
the
I
MMO
hope-
show, which we need to do. We've
That
never
would be
done an
so
MMO
cool,
show.
because we have played so many
We have
MMOs.
indeed.
It would be amazing. Yes, please. Can that be the
Coming
next
in
one?
the future, MMO show.
I want to talk
Well,
about
I was thinking we
MMOs.
might do Devil May Cry next, actually, because it's March, and my boy
so ready for 5.
and my boy Nero's coming. And then crazy old man Dante
Get outta here with your
his
Nero.
motorcycle chainsaw
Get outta
things.
here
And
with
his
your Nero.
freaking scarf. Have you seen the weapon where it's a scarf? He has a cowboy hat and a scarf.
Yeah, he looks super amazing. I'm just gonna say.
He's such a goob. And Nero with his rocket punch that you can ride.
I mean,
you can ride the
okay.
rocket punch.
Nero's okay.
That sounds like a tagline for an energy drink, doesn't it? Like Jet Fist, ride the rocket punch.
Kind of.
Yeah, I'd drink that. It's like a can of gasoline.
It's all about Dante forever.
Whatever.
Forever.
But
it forever will be.
We'll see. So yeah, Devil May Cry show definitely coming.
That would be
probably
cool.
next month.
Yeah. Well, we do 2 shows a month,
We do.
so we
Maybe
should do
both.
MMOs.
Yeah.
And then we should do Devil May Cry.
We'll see. That sounds like a big show. I mean,
And
I
we
think
can just forget about
MMOs might be 2 shows worth of shows too. I mean, that's a lot of
2.
show.
2 was the one with the girl. Jeez, it's been a really long
Yeah,
time.
2 sucked.
And I did not like
Then
that. I have to say, I did not like that
like
one.
2 was super flashy and not a lot of substance.
Mhm.
And then 3, it's weird. I didn't like 3 either.
I liked
hated
3.
the camera angles in 3.
No, 3
We've talked
was
about
fine.
this. Well, next show. Moving
Okay,
on.
I'm sorry.
Moving on. I didn't play that this time. Neither did you.
That's true.
Also playing Anthem. We will talk about that later.
Yes.
Randomly as well. So I'm moving soon,
Mm-hmm.
very far away to Alaska. No. If only.
Across the street.
Literally across the street. Yeah, it's great. I'm actually
It's
moving
Alaska Street.
from one
That's what he
apartment to an apartment in the same complex upstairs to the left. It's futile and wonderful, much like the rest of my existence.
Oh my God.
But so I'm most of my stuff is already packed. So I'm trying to be
Mm-hmm.
ready to go, and I was going along lovingly sorting and packing my Sega Genesis games.
Mm-hmm.
And you see things you don't often look at. Well, like it's there, but you don't actually go like, wow, where did that come from, kind of thing. So I have a game called Dragon's Revenge. Brittany, what does that sound like to you? What kind of game is Dragon's Revenge?
I have no idea, but if I had to guess what kind of game Dragon's Revenge was, okay, I have two theories.
Go
So
for it.
it's a really old game, so it might be a side scroller beat 'em up.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, then it might be an old RPG.
Cool. Are those your final guesses?
Yes.
Cool. You are wrong.
What is it?
Dragon's Revenge is a pinball game.
What?
And that was my reaction too. So, funny
I would
story.
never guess that. Just
Me
because also
neither.
you're not really a pinball person.
You're right.
So that surprises
So
me.
why do I have
I'm
this,
gonna be
you
real.
may ask. Allow me to explain.
Please tell me.
So Dragon's Revenge is the sequel to a game called Dragon. Oh God, I forgot the name of it. Oh man, I looked this up and I forgot.
I was gonna go Dragon's Crown. No, wait, that's
I
new.
forgot the name of it, but the game was also called Devil Crush, which was for TurboGrafx. Devil Crush, which was a sequel to Alien Crush, actually. All
wow.
pinball games, freaking pinball games. It was a Dragon's Rage or Dragon's Fury.
Those sound so
but
cool.
Either way, Devil Crush and this other dragon game, whatever, and then Dragon's Revenge was the sequel to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pinball game with this weird medieval styling, and there's a lady's face in the wall, and you hear it, and she goes,
One more time?
eh.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's more like a ooh, but I'm trying to not. Be too, it's that kind of oh or eh or stop that or. She
Yeah.
says different things. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a face in the wall. It's like a digitized, like Mortal Kombat grade face in the wall, and you hit it with your ball, and other dragon things come out of the walls. It's a pinball game, and it's weird. Okay.
Okay.
But so I saw it, I'm like, wow, this brings back some memories. So the reason why I have this game is that my Sega collection is comprised of games that I had as a kid, which means I have some really, really good ones like, Punisher and Gunstar Heroes, and I have some really, really horrible ones like Beauty and the Beast Belle's Quest.
Hey, that game's not bad.
Oh, yes, it is, and you know it is.
No, it's not.
It's atrocious.
You also think Pinocchio's bad, so
Yep.
your opinion is void.
That's crap, too. I'm sorry. But
Pinocchio's amazing.
that's just one of the only games I have that I didn't own as a kid because you wanted to try it. So I'm like, well, I have it. It's here. It was over in the stores. I bought it.
Yeah.
But
Pinocchio was so good.
so as a
I
child,
keep hitting this mic. I'm so sorry.
So I'm going to take y'all back. And anyone who's about 30 or so knows that back when you went to like Target or Walmart, you'd have just a glass case of games, much like you do nowadays. What you didn't have, though, was the internet to see what these games were. So you'd be there, or specifically, I think it was actually at a KB Toys, the same one where I got Mega Turrican, actually. They had games way back on the wall, so you really couldn't see what they were. You were just like, wow, that's a cool cover. There's a lady in a helmet and a dragon. Cool, it must be a beat 'em up or an RPG or something.
That sounds amazing.
So I was like, Mommy, that one's... Sorry, go on.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was going to say, they do not make cover art like they used to.
No.
Old cover art is the bomb.
It is so pretty.
It is so rad.
Mhm.
I swear, I'm sorry you're going to hit me, but the cover art from Milan Secret Castle is just amazing.
You just lie in wait.
Okay, continue.
Don't you? Waiting to find
I
an
mean, but it was
excuse.
so cool. That's the first thing that drew me to that game. I mean, it was a castle, and it was darkness, and there was lightning, and it was so cool. I was like, yes, I must play. I must play this game.
I will give that to
I have
you,
a mighty
yes.
need.
It's a shame the game is not as good as the cover art, which was often the case.
He's a
Like
liar.
so many Atari games look so cool.
Yeah.
Or so like bizarre, and then you see it and like, oh, okay, cool.
I remember there's a really cool cover for another one that I had was Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, dude.
For the NES.
Yeah.
And it was just like this ninja. It was orange.
Everyone knows what Ninja Gaiden is. That's okay.
Yeah. But I'm describing the cover. Like from my
Yeah,
kid.
and then it had the blue ninja like.
Yeah, from my kid perspective, it was like this cool looking ninja, and then there was like orange in the background, looked like he was on fire. It was amazing.
Yeah, definitely. So
Sorry.
cool covers, definitely. So I saw this cover as a game, and I was like, wow, that looks cool. And then we left because often, you'll point things out or like make a list,
Yeah.
and then you'll get it for your birthday or for whatever. So
You couldn't look at the back of this thing? Like the
I thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I
Yeah.
was dumber than I am now, and I'm not that bright now. Okay. And it looked cool, and I mean it worked before. So previously I'd gotten Mega Turrican that way, and I'm like, hey, cool. I mean it sounds a good game, so I mean, maybe I'm
so
just
sorry.
cool at picking out games. So, and then it showed up one day. I forget how. I think it was like just randomly, like I mowed the lawn or did some kind of junk or whatever. But it showed up,
Aw.
and I was super excited. You imagine my surprise when I found out it was
pinball?
a pinball game.
Oh no.
And you can't be like, Mom, this game isn't good. I don't like it. You can't do that because then you
Yeah.
don't get any more games. So that was my game. I was stuck with this freaking pinball game.
Okay, but pinball games are actually fun.
I don't like pinball.
I like them.
I'm horrible at it.
See, I know you, and that's why I was really surprised
Yeah.
because I know that pinball's not really your jam.
Yep.
But all the machines are so beautiful.
They are. I can appreciate just the look of it.
Yeah.
Like I love going to pinball just like, ooh.
I know.
I don't like playing it because pinball hates me and I hate it back. But that's fine. So I had to buy it again, and now I have it again. And I was looking at like, why do I have this game? I hate this. Oh yeah, that's why. And then I packed it away and was like, ah yes, look at you, Streets of Rage 3, a good game. But yeah, so I took it out
Did
and
you actually play
I played it for like 15 minutes. Like, yep, still sucks.
Oh my God.
And I put it back.
But did you play it a lot as a kid?
Nope.
Really?
I played it for a bit
Aw.
and I got like really mad at it and put it. It's like that first level I got really good at and never got past it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of you know that. Like you have that thing where you got really good at the first level or two and never got past it either because you were afraid to go past it or you kept dying.
It takes
immediately at the first level.
dedication.
Yeah. But yeah, so Dragon's Revenge.
I would have never guessed pinball, but
I know. That's why I put it on there just because it's random.
especially knowing you, I'm surprised.
Especially, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go into some news. First up on the news, not a video game. Last week, myself and you and several other people went to the movies to go see
Oh Lord, here it comes.
Gundam. For the first time ever, I think, a Gundam theatrical movie release. Gundam movie, just speak English, Matt, you dummy.
Really? There hasn't been one before? Are you
Not to my
sure?
recollection, no.
They haven't shown
Well, I mean, there
one?
aren't that many. Endless Waltz wasn't shown in movies. It was shown on Toonami, but it was never shown in theaters,
Oh,
though.
I see.
Yeah, at least not once
I know,
to my
it's always Ghibli movies.
Yep, because
that
Ghibli
you
is the
can see.
Disney of Japan.
I
pretty
know,
much, but-
which is amazing.
So, I mean, there aren't that many Gundam feature films anyways. There's like Endless Waltz. There's the trilogy of movies they made for the original, and there's the trilogy of movies they made for Zeta that are like conglomerations.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call that? They're just like condensed versions of the story.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But this was one of the few unique stories in film format, like F91. That's another one, Gundam F91.
Mm-hmm.
But at least to my knowledge, the first time it was shown in theaters in America. So of course, after I just totally squeed and blew my head off with excitement, I bought tickets the moment they were
Oh my
available.
God.
You were there. I was
I
like,
know.
it was great. So we were all there, and I was amongst my people. Full theater, by the way. So there's other people of my kind out there. It was great because we were just.
Can confirm
Yep,
they do
you were there,
exist.
and you were just like, you had your head in your hands, where I was like nerding out with people talking about robots. Like, what are all these model numbers? What does this mean? It was the best.
Which is funny because I love, and I've talked about this before, I love Gundam games. I love them so much. Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam is still like one of my favorite games of all time. That will always be one of my favorite games of all time. Not just because I beat him all the time and I'm really good at it,
Slander.
but because it's really
Lies and slander.
But it's actually a really good game and I beat him all the time because I'm really good at it.
More lies and slander.
But it's a really good game. So I do know the RX-78-2. And that's about it because that's the suit I play as.
Yeah.
And then the one with wings. I play with that one too.
The wing
That looks
Gundam.
like the RX-78-2, but it has wings.
Okay, so from your limited, but still slightly, because I've rambled on to you about Gundam enough for you to absorb some of it.
Definitely. And I've seen 00.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it, which is it's actually pretty good, like full of political intrigue and stuff, which I really like.
Political robots.
It's really good. So I've seen that. And then I don't know, what else have I seen?
You saw a lot of 8th MS Team.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. It's like 12
That's
episodes.
the one that's the 12 episodes?
Yeah.
So I've seen
You
that.
saw some of that.
Which was
you
really
saw some of Stardust Memory, which you need
Mhm.
to finish because it's so awesome in 90s. And you've seen most of Iron Blooded Orphans, which I swear to God you're going to finish.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not finishing that
I
one.
hate you so much. Whatever. But so from
Yeah.
your limited perspective, what was your take on the film?
Okay. I actually really liked the
Yes!
film. I did. It was really good because I liked the direction that it was going in and I felt like it was kind of philosophical. Am I reading too into that? Okay, because you know I do that.
I will let you read in as much as you want to
You
Gundam.
know I do that.
Welcome
I do that with
to
everything.
the right side
and
of the
he has
road.
to tell me sometimes, like, Brittany, sometimes a cigar is just a
It's
cigar.
like, it's
and I'm
it's
like,
just
no,
a
it's
bar
not.
of chocolate.
The cigar is a metaphor.
Okay, I'm sorry, Freud was insane.
I'm not.
He loved his mother.
Yes.
Leave him alone.
I'm not saying he wasn't crazy, but I'm just saying, like, I read into everything, and I love things that I love symbolism. I love allegory. You know that because I've talked about that numerous times on the podcast. That's why Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies, and I hate that they had a sequel because it wasn't about the answers; it was about the questions. Thank you.
Do you see that?
He's heard me.
Yeah.
He's heard me complain about this and rant about this for so long. Anyway, so I kind of took that in this movie, especially from like a little bit of an outside perspective. I thought it did a really great job for people who may not remember because I have the worst memory on the planet. I swear I finished Unicorn.
You did not.
I swear I finished Unicorn.
You did not.
But I can't prove it because I don't remember.
She did not. I promise.
So therefore, he claims I didn't finish it.
I know what episode she was on.
Okay, fine. But I feel like still from an outside perspective, I think they did a really good job of including those people that may have forgotten.
Well, it was cool because the theater had like slides, a timeline like leading up to that, which was
cool too.
Yeah.
And what I was really proud of myself because I knew all of that stuff. So I read it and I was like, hey, I actually know that. That's amazing because of you. But yeah, but I really liked it. And I thought they were kind of going in this really cool, like mystical, magical mystery tour direction.
So
it was good.
Good point to stop you. So that pissed a lot of people off.
I don't know why. It could because it makes sense. Like you can make it work. It doesn't have to be like only that direction.
Right.
It can work with both. And for me, personally, my perspective on a new type is always that they were magical.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here, let me give you my input on it. I also thought it was good.
Maybe I just like magic stuff.
A lot of folks thought it was kind of wishy-washy, but my take on it, and see, those are the same people that didn't like Unicorn, which are also the crazies, as I like to refer to them as, or just the wrong. So
I'm so sorry, because I'm going to go again. I apologize for cutting you off. But I also really like the whole like reincarnation aspect.
Of course you do.
I know.
I knew you would.
Because I know. And then how you kind of like become one with the universe. And then that's kind of what helps you.
Shall we explain? Because if they haven't seen the movie, no one knows what you're talking
That's
about.
true.
Okay, so a little bit of backstory. I'm sorry, David. This might be my last episode, just so you guys know. I'm getting fired. I'm going to come back. I'm going to like beaten up, be like, I've been told to not talk about robots again. So quick rundown. Gundam Universe, there's things called new types, or essentially evolved forms of humanity where you have like quicker reaction time and you're kind of psychic, that kind of thing, with the whole like new type flash, where it's like when Amuro always sees Char and he's like it's like a spider sense, pretty much, would you say?
Yeah, pretty much.
So they've taken that
because it's like the next evolution of human.
Yes, exactly. People whose souls are not weighed down by gravity. That line was used in the movie, and you heard like 50 people just snicker.
I know.
It was great.
It was pretty funny.
So happy. But they take it and they run with it. So as the series progresses, because it's, there are alternate universes like 00, but there's a main timeline, Universal Century, that progresses, hundreds of years. So the whole new type thing kind of progresses with it. And originally, all through the 80s and 90s, it progresses, but it doesn't go too far into like crazy mystical like it does. But then it kind of bounces back and forth and never goes really far.
Yeah.
And then Unicorn came out, and Unicorn takes place before a good bit of everything else, where it's after the first two series, but still before the later ones, like Gundam Victory and Turn A Gundam are way in the future, like, maybe 50 years and then several thousand years in the future. Like, wow. In that series, the new type powers became a bit more Star Wars-y towards the end, where the suits themselves have like these special frames or whatever that respond to people's wills and blah, blah, blah. This sounds really cheesy. But they took that, and in Gundam Narrative, the movie that we saw, very specifically, it's mentioned that it's kind of a retelling of, or a new start for the rest of Universal Century, where they go into details where, when you die, you don't really die. It's kind of like the very... I mean, what would you call that? Where you kind of like go back to the like, I keep thinking of Final Fantasy Spirits Within, where you go back to Gaia, that kind of thing.
Kind of.
Where
I feel like I heavily got that kind of vibe.
Yeah, where your body dies, but your soul stays on, that kind of thing.
Your soul like goes into it becomes one with the universe, essentially. Like, and everybody is surrounded by this stuff. It's like, I don't know. I see it as like energy, and I'm not crazy. We believe in mystical, magical glue that holds the universe together. It's called dark matter. Just saying.
Space jelly.
Just saying.
But so these psycho frames, the way I interpret it anyways, they act as kind of an amplifier, so you can tune into it if you're a new type, essentially. Is that the way you were picking it up?
Yeah.
Cool. So it's neat. Sorry, go on.
I'm so sorry. It also makes sense to me because it's my understanding that new types are new. So there's not a complete understanding of them yet.
Exactly.
So of course it looks mystical right now from someone's perspective, because you don't, in that universe, they don't really know everything about a new type.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's neat. And so it seems that from now on, they're going to be maybe altering some stuff. So later animes like F91 and Victory may not necessarily apply anymore, which I think is fine because it exists and it's cool. The next, I think it's a series or a movie is going to be Hathaway's Flash, which is based on a 25-year-old novel. So we know that's getting changed like crazy. So it'll be interesting to see where they take that and what direction it goes in, and if potentially they remake other stuff. Like F91 was supposed to be a series originally, but due to budgetary constraints, it was made into a hour-and-a-half long movie. So 50 episodes, hour-and-a-half movie. Things were removed.
I don't think that's a problem because there have been plenty of anime movies that were turned into movies from series. And I feel like a lot of, I love anime, you know I do, but a lot of it is fluff.
Yeah, I'm
and
looking
we
at you,
could
One
live,
Piece.
especially.
Looking at you, Dragon Ball.
I knew he was going to say that.
Naruto.
And Naruto.
Fairy Tale.
Okay.
Even
Gundam, don't be biased.
Yeah, but there's robots.
Because look, I could deal without 5 episodes of crying about the same thing.
Yeah, but there's a robot, so it's okay.
I really could live without that.
I'm openly, unabashed, not ashamed to say I don't care. There's robots. I will deal with some going, I don't want to get in the robot. And then him getting slapped. It's the best.
Like 3 episodes in a row until he finally gets in on episode 12.
But then he's a
That
badass,
drives me
though.
crazy.
But then he's a
I
badass,
know.
and it's all worth it.
I like stuff that gets, you know what? The Slime show is a really good, I
'cause-
feel that's a nice balance. That's where like things should go, I think.
Because it's also very lighthearted and kind of like,
Yeah, that's cute too.
it's good, but it's a different kind of show.
I get it with Double O though, being as long as it was, because it was full of
There's a good
political
arc,
intrigue, and so that stuff, you know, there's like shadow people, like shadow puppets, but no, there's like people that
Shadow
are
government, yeah.
Yeah, shadow government, and like people that are playing like both sides, and then oh my god, you didn't know, and then this, like, so you know, I get it that. That was that long because it takes a long time for that stuff to build up.
I
And then
agree.
you have a trust in this one character and they're like, oh my God, it's a traitor. I don't know if that ever happens, but yeah, it does with the girl. No, I'm thinking Iron-Blooded Orphans. Just kidding.
No, actually, for the record, the what's her face, Lume with the green hair was totally a traitor.
She was.
Yes.
She was a traitor.
She
Okay,
was.
see? I was right. See, I
It's a
remember.
traitor.
Okay. Just like you, traitor. I'm kidding. Okay.
Treachery!
Welcome to Gundam Cast. This is your host. No, I'm kidding.
I'm so excited. All right, so we'll move on. Sorry, guys. You do need to watch Legend
I
of
liked
Galactic
it.
Heroes, though. It's the only show over 100 episodes that I think actually has a purpose being that long. It's real good. It's
Okay.
Babylon 5, the anime version.
Oh my God, I
It really
love
is.
Babylon
Yes.
5.
You
Babylon 5
would
is
like
so good.
this. It's great. It's
So
the show
good.
that had that clip come from where it was the guy drinking. Is like, I look at alcohol like it's a good friend. I can't abandon my best friend like that. It's a really good show.
Okay, but is Babylon 5 on Blu-ray? Because I need it.
Heck no.
It needs to be on Blu-ray.
It does.
It's so
Get
good.
on it.
Please. It's
I don't.
so good.
Whoever you are,
I
you know
know.
who you are. You also need to put Hercules and Xena on Blu-ray. Just saying. We've talked about this before.
Yes. I would totally, yeah, because I had to buy Hercules on DVD, and it was not.
Okay, we're
I'm
doing it
sad.
again.
Okay, I'm
It's
so
my
sorry.
fault entirely this time. But moving on. So other news, important news. So
Yes.
so Reggie's retiring.
What?
You know who Reggie is.
I
don't have to say who
know.
Reggie is, right? President of Nintendo America.
I'm
His body is
so-
ready.
I'm so sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sad.
So question, I should look this up, but how old is Reggie?
I don't
'Cause
know.
I know he's been doing it for a long
I'm
time.
gonna look.
But he doesn't look that old.
He doesn't.
He's
He really
actually
doesn't.
a robot.
But he's president of Nintendo, probably makes $1 million, a bajillion.
That's
so he
closer
can,
to that, yeah.
Yeah, so he can.
All that amiibo money. All that amiibo blood money.
You jerk. So he can retire young.
Yeah,
you
I'd
know,
imagine.
let him.
I imagine he's actually probably getting up there just because I don't know, he's just one of those people who ages really well. It's bizarre.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. Let's look on the Wikipedia.
But I mean, this is a running
He's
joke.
57?
Wow.
He does not look
That's what
57.
I mean. Yeah.
He does not look 57.
Oh, yeah, he's.
You know what?
It's all that Nintendo blood money, man. Keep him
I
looking
know.
young.
I am happy for him that he is retiring.
Definitely.
I'm very sad though because I just really liked him.
Reggie's
I
fun.
liked his personality.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know him personally, but you know what I
Y'all
mean.
like play chess.
But I have met him once, which was really cool, and he was really nice. So, but I like the the kind of person he seems to be.
There you go.
Is what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
he
say.
projects a good image.
Yeah, but so does Bowser, who I've also
So
met.
hilariously, yeah, everyone's made the joke, but
Yeah.
so the new president of Nintendo America is Doug Bowser.
I can't. You know
a
what?
man born for the role.
For real though, I bet they hired him just for his name alone.
They're like, we're gonna fast track you. It's gonna be great. So I'm
because
curious
that's
to see
amazing.
what he does.
That's amazing.
You know, say what I will about Nintendo. Reggie's always been a good. I say good character, but he has. He's been a good front for the company.
For sure.
Reggie's like that. I forget the name of the guy, but the guy who used to do all the PlayStation stuff. You know what I'm talking about? The snarky one? Like, it was like 6 or 7 years ago, or almost a decade ago.
What?
But yeah, there was he was older guy. He was blonde. He was in all of the Sony commercials, and he was really snarky.
No.
And he hosted all the events. He was the best.
I don't remember. I don't know this
Okay,
guy.
I can't remember his name. I'll look it up. But some of you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, for most of PS3, I think he was just the man.
Huh.
He was like the persona for PlayStation.
And
or
what,
whatever,
like
but
Sean Layden replaced him?
I think I don't know. I don't know if he was just a figurehead or he was actually
I
in the
see.
company. But yeah, he was in all the commercials and he was just like the face of PlayStation.
I mean, like Sean Layden
Yes, as
replaced
far
him
as,
as
like,
like the face
yeah.
of PlayStation.
And there's that one goofy dude who is always so boring to listen to on PlayStation conferences. What the heck is his
Goofy
name?
guy.
Well, there's the scrawny dude with the mustache and the little beardy thing that's British, I think.
Oh yeah,
And then there's the other guy.
I don't know his name.
No, there's the other one though. The one who did the last thing at this last E3 that was just a disaster. He's always so boring, and I can't remember his name. Do you know what I'm talking about? He was at the whatever. Moving on. Like, who's the guy that always does PlayStation stuff? Like he, whatever. We're
I
going.
only ever remember like Sean
Which one
Layden
is
doing
that?
stuff. Sean Layden is the chubbier man.
Yes, him. He's so boring.
He is not boring.
Put me to sleep.
I
Oh my God.
love him.
Like, because the one he did the
He is so great.
he did like the accounting talk or
There's
whatever.
no way.
Totally. Okay. Well, I'm going to move on then. While you
we
go on about
can't
that.
be talking about the same guy.
I think he's boring personally. Yeah, just totally boring. Let me see. Is that
this
him?
guy.
Yep, that guy. That guy.
I love
Boring
him.
as hell.
Yeah, he's chairman
Yeah,
of
yeah, he's really boring.
of Sony, right?
Yep.
So-
He has
yeah.
no charisma.
I love him.
Super
yes,
boring.
he does.
No, he doesn't.
He's cute.
Oh, I don't like him.
I think he's precious.
He's cute, but he has no charisma. He should stand there and go
I think
and
he's
like jiggle his
precious.
little cute chubby face.
But yes, Reggie is a good
Yes.
face.
So moving on to rumor control. So you know Xbox Live's coming to the Switch. I don't know if we talked about this in the last episode. but
Yeah, we did. I think so. We like briefly mentioned it, and I think that's so weird. And I'm so
Very
mad. I am so mad that it's not Sony. I don't understand why. But then again,
it's the two
I wonder
two weaker
if
parties.
I wonder if Sony and Nintendo still have beef.
Yep.
Because okay, because apparently Sony and Nintendo way back in the day were supposed to partner up.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to create like a console together.
Yeah, no,
and then
definitely. That was.
and then they ended up breaking ties, and then Sony created the PlayStation.
yeah, no, that's confirmed.
So yeah, so I wonder if it's because Sony and
There's
Nintendo
some
still
kind of
have
beef.
beef.
They
Yeah.
say no, but
I don't
I mean,
believe that,
it's just a matter. It's just a matter of Sony is still by far the top dog.
Yeah.
It just is. So Microsoft being by far the weakest player with their no games, and Crackdown. I should
You're
probably
such a
mention I played
savage.
Crackdown 3 for like 20 minutes. It's crap. It's so disappointing.
I'm shocked because you loved
It's
the
not
other
like
one.
crap, but it's just one of those like, wow, this took how many years?
I definitely don't think it's a system seller.
No,
for sure.
Like, and they
by
dragged poor
any
Terry
means.
Crews into this, and he's
But-
so obnoxious and annoying. And I really love Terry Crews as an individual. He's a great guy. I just want him to shut up in this game. Oh my God. And the power-ups, like the best part about the past two Crackdown games were the power-ups you got.
Mm-hmm.
So I would always start the game and run around, grab the agility power-ups to jump really high. Your first two power-ups in the agility category is you get a double jump. The double jump makes you jump from yay high to bit high because
Oh,
you get these
wow.
back thrusters. So it's like,
Mhm.
and you get a measly air dash, and it feels like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
It just ain't good.
I understand, but here's the deal: it doesn't matter if you're top dog. Like I completely understand that you feel like you're untouchable right now, and I love you, Sony. I love you. You know I do. But if I could marry you, I would. But I know. But it is
You know,
smart.
people do that in Japan with their DSs.
I know. But it is smart to always stay one step ahead of the game. And I feel like partnering, especially Nintendo, is hot right now. The Switch is on fire, and the Switch is doing so well. It would just be amazing if you had two powerhouses come together.
Well, you still do in Microsoft. And to be fair, once again, Microsoft has blown it
I'm
about as
sorry.
hard as you can blow it this generation. They really have. But
I mean, I get it because, like, I want to say I read an article where their president was like, we've basically given up on this generation.
Yep.
It's about the next generation. But Sony should be thinking about the next generation as well.
I mean,
and
maybe they
should
are.
They should be staying on top of it because they should know better how easy it is to be on the top and then be on the bottom.
We'll have to see, though. But rumor is, at least, that with Xbox Live, there's going to be the Xbox Game Pass on the Switch, which just blows my mind. So that means Switch players everywhere will get to play all of the no games that the Xbox One has.
Oh my God.
Oh, but realistically, that means what? Game streaming?
Yeah. Okay.
So you can stream like Sea of Thieves on the Switch. So
Okay.
in theory, that's mind-blowing.
That's really cool.
But then you think game streaming. Never worked. Never worked.
yes, it did. PlayStation Now is rad.
And it feels like garbage.
No, it doesn't.
It's reliant on your internet connection, and there's always a bit of a delay. You don't get it. I feel it. Maybe I'm weird, but there's people out there like me.
I think you're weird because I had no issues whatsoever with PlayStation Now.
There's a bit of input lag on it. There
And
just is.
I feel like there's not a problem with... And
So-
then
so
also,
for
you have
you-
to start somewhere, and then it'll get better.
So for people
But
like you, it's
this
never going
is
to get better
weird.
in this country without the monopoly or whatever it's called that internet providers have. Hell no.
I
It's
get
never
it.
going to get better.
So does that mean that Microsoft peeps will be able to play like Nintendo stuff? Oh my
Who knows?
God.
See, in a perfect world, what should happen, and what won't ever happen, but what should happen is Microsoft designs an Xbox One-ish console, and Nintendo makes the games.
Oh my God,
Because
no.
Microsoft has the console power with no games, and Nintendo has all these great games with a crappy little console.
Can you imagine though, like Microsoft, they would win
It
forever.
would close PlayStation
If
in a
that
day.
happened,
They'd be like,
they would win.
peace. Yep. Never
That's
going to happen.
crazy.
But that would be great.
I don't think so either because I think Nintendo's going to hold on to their
Well, Nintendo
stuff.
swore they will go out of business before their games are on another console. Mind you, apparently it doesn't count for cell phones anymore. But hey, I guess money talks. But whatever. So just
I
a
don't
rumor.
know.
We'll move on.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll touch on this last point here really quick because there still aren't a lot of details on it. I couldn't find them today. Bethesda has banned this guy for having too many bullets
Oh no.
because they accused him of exploiting and duping.
Okay.
This guy, mind you, that has played this game, wait for it, for 900 hours.
That's
Since
a long
Fallout 76
time.
came out, we should clarify it's in Fallout 76. 900 hours, guys. I don't think I've played anything that long. I mean, maybe I've come close
I
with
was going
like...
to say, shut up. You did Left 4 Dead for that long?
No, only about 3 or 4.
100 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
That's it.
I'd
And
believe
that to me feels like
no,
maybe
it's probably more like 5.
maybe Diablo across
Yeah.
all of like if you just account all 3 games.
Yeah.
Maybe. And like cuz Final Fantasy I've got like 200 something hours into it. And that's an MMO. How do you this piece of crap? How do you play this thing for that long?
Hey, man.
Like people on the
don't
board were like,
judge.
"Man, they're doing him a favor." And it's like, why is he playing this horrible game? But either way, like
He enjoys it.
to each his own. That's fine.
Yeah.
So this poor guy, and once again, we don't know. There's no proof one way or the other. But they banned him, and they only banned him for like a month. But it's just hilarious that Bethesda can do no right right now because the guy was going around. He had a perk equipped that minimizes the weight of ammo, and he was going around mapping where all the ammo was and the best place to get ammo in the game, and like documenting it so other people could use it. And they banned him. It's the best.
Yeah, but I'm sure it was an accident.
But
Like
and then,
once they get the whole story, I
Mm-hmm.
think that they will unban them because okay, it's super frustrating, to have somebody who's a cheater. Like definitely, you could like. With,
I get it.
With Call of Duty, what was really bad about with that Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yep.
Like there was like cheaters galore on 360 for a while.
It's just a shame because he posted the email that said him how it's non-negotiable. He can't appeal it. Nothing. He's just screwed
Really?
until
Okay,
yeah.
That's weird because I feel like if you're gonna because anybody could be like, hey, I think this person is cheating and not know
That's
all
what
of
he's
the
saying is like
facts.
people were reporting him because he was giving people ammo and he had a second account where he would like be his mule because he couldn't carry that much.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
So
And
he's
once
like
again,
the Robin Hood.
it
of
wasn't pretty
Fallout
much.
76.
And it wasn't a permanent ban, so it's not like they just kicked him out of the
Yeah.
game. It's just hilarious that they're in a state right now where they need to do literally anything to get good press.
Yeah.
And they do stuff like this, where this guy is one of your die-hard people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he bought the game at least twice, has played it for nearly 1,000 hours, and you're telling him to stop. Maybe not.
I think that it was an accident. That's what I really believe. But I feel like there should have been a way for him to be like, hey, can I please explain my side? That
Yeah.
should definitely, because then
Well, that's why he went on Reddit. He's like, they won't
Yeah.
let me talk, so I'm going to tell you guys about it. Lol.
Yeah. So then if they understood, but then again, can you imagine how many emails they would get
Yeah.
all the time of people
Exactly.
trying to explain themselves? Like, I guess it could get kind of frustrating, but they definitely have to work. If you're going to be a company at that level, you have to think of something.
Yeah.
There has to be something
An
there.
appeals process is important because
Absolutely.
I got banned from GTA 5 online once for doing
You did?
from doing nothing.
What
And I'm
did
like,
you
what
do?
happened? I was in the same room as a hacker, so they just kicked everyone out. I'm
Because
like,
they just assumed?
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't a big deal. But I'm like, okay, whatever. I emailed them back. I'm like, I didn't do anything. You
Yeah.
can check. I have nothing in my account. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then I got banned again because I was using stuff in single player, and they banned me like, well, you can't use those. I'm like, but I never went online. But it doesn't matter. Whatever. It's just Rockstar. I mean, if you aren't buying shark cards, they don't care. But anyways,
That's interesting.
moving on.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that story.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny, but we'll move on. So Port Bethesda. So
Yeah,
in lieu of a
poor
question
guy.
of the show, we're actually Brett sent us an email.
Yes.
And I'm not going to read all of it because
I wanna read
it's long,
it.
Brett. No,
No,
but
it's not. He's being a troll.
but I figured we could go over the key points though, because some of
Yes.
it's pretty fun.
I know,
And
I love
some
it.
fun questions, some coincidental questions actually. So first off, he thinks that you should draw a loot goblin, which
And
I
take it to
agree
CGF.
actually,
I will totally.
because loot goblins are actually perfect for
I
you.
know.
A little sack on
I
its
love. They're
back and-
so cute, and that is a great idea. I can't believe I haven't thought of that.
And this is great for
Thank
Junior.
you.
I looked this up also. Junior, a flan is totally a pudding. I'm sorry. You heard Junior was like
Wait.
going on about how like the what?
Because we talked about this. What, the Kingdom? No, the last one that we
Yeah.
did. Okay. And I was like, "What's a flan?" And then you were like, "It's a pudding."
It's a pudding.
And then he was like, "No,
No,
it's
it's
a
not.
cake."
It's like the food of my people. I'm like, but it's a pudding. Like I looked it up. It's not like a pudding, but it's like a soft mushy. It's not cake
Oh,
at all.
yeah,
It's like
okay.
a puddingish stuff.
Interesting.
So yeah, thanks for getting my back. Brett.
I've never
Thanks for
even-
getting my back, Brett. I came out.
I've never even heard of that. I think I said
Yeah,
that.
it's this little. It's like, you know how like a bowl is shaped, but it's flipped because it's totally puddingish.
Okay.
Pudding-like.
It's just like a hard
Yeah, it's like
pudding?
a firm
or like a
puddingish
firmer
thing.
pudding?
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds actually really tasty.
it is. It's delicious. But anyways, so there's that. What else we got on here that he's talking about? Oh yeah, so this is so Brett was thinking maybe our second show of the month would be just a straight up movie podcast, and we
my
could call it
God.
something like Movies Junior Must Watch. It'd be
That makes me laugh
we
so
could
hard.
have a whole year worth of shows out
Because
of that.
there is so much. I am always on Junior. There is so much he hasn't seen, and I'm like, fool.
Pretty much.
That
I just
would
thought
be
it was
amazing.
hilarious because it's while I'm writing up the outline for this is when he sent this to me a couple
Yeah.
days ago, and I'm like, you know, it's funny because I'm going to be talking about a movie on this show for an extended period of time.
Oh my God. You know, we're huge film buffs. I
Yeah.
could talk about movies all day, every day. I just love them.
So that is potentially probably a no, just because I don't think certain people in charge of the video game podcast would like us talking about movies on the video game podcast predominantly.
Maybe just one.
Maybe occasionally it might
Dad,
pop
can
out.
we please? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, Dad. Dad. Once again, just further cementing that this is my last episode ever, and it'll be just Brittany on a show. But come on, Dad.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
So that's funny. Also, so he also mentioned, I swear,
Mm-hmm.
we did a Metroidvania podcast. I swear.
But he looked and he said
That's
no.
yeah, exactly.
And that's awesome because Metroidvania is the bomb. And Axiom Verge is the bomb. That
yeah.
soundtrack is so good.
I have it on several different formats.
Yes, he does.
But we didn't do one because I swear we did.
I don't.
And I looked back and I didn't see it either. But I remember talking about it.
I mean, I'm not the person to ask because I'm going to be real. I don't remember
That's
what
true.
I ate yesterday.
That's true.
But
That's true toothpaste, yes.
that was not.
Funny story. I might tell in the future if you want to hear it. If you want to just comment,
This is
tell
what
us
you're
about the
doing.
toothpaste.
This is what I want
Because it's
you
a
to
great
do.
story. Family-friendly story. Just toothpaste.
It is.
Involving Brit's horrible memory. So, I mean, I guess we'll do another one then. I mean, I'm happy to talk about
There wasn't one.
Because I've talked about Axiom Verge ad nauseum.
Okay, I remember telling you, too, that I don't think we've done one. And then you were like, no, we did. And I'm like, I don't think so. Because we like these games so much. We've mentioned them a lot.
You have a good point. And we did the Castlevania
we haven't
show
done
also.
one.
So it could just be that we've brought it up so often. But, I mean, we could do our own show on it.
Have we done a Final Fantasy show?
Yes.
We have?
You weren't on that one.
I don't.
Tien
that
was
was
on
like
that one.
way back.
Yeah, Tien and Phil were on that one.
I remember that was like way back in the day. Oh man, and we have done a Zelda one. I would totally do a Zelda one again. Oh my god.
Zelda more.
But again.
Part more edition.
I can't wait for Link's Awakening. I'm so happy.
That game looks so ugly.
No, it doesn't.
Worst Zelda ever. Don't
How
care what you
dare
say.
You? How dare you?
I'm sorry, but Link's Awakening is the worst Nintendo
fight
Zelda
you right
out there.
now.
I mean, what's just tell me. What is a worse Zelda game out there made by Nintendo?
None. All the Zeldas
so
are
they're all just
amazing.
as good, is what you're saying. I'm not saying it's necessarily a garbage game, but it's the worst of the Zelda games. That's like saying 7 is the worst of the PS1 trilogy. It's not a bad game.
It's not a bad game. What?
But it's on a scale, it's lower.
7 is not a bad game.
It's 8, 9. No, it's not. It's a fantastic game.
No.
I've clarified this.
I'm about to attack you.
It's a glorious game. It's not as good as 9 or 8, though.
Okay.
So, what is your least favorite Zelda game?
Best thing about 9 is the music.
Yes.
And then the Moogles.
Yes.
Like there's a Moogle.
And then the ending knocked that game down a whole peg.
That Moogle
but
city.
We're not talking. We're not talking about Fantasy, though.
But
Zelda.
I think 7 is better than 9.
What?
Yes.
No. Okay. Once again.
Okay.
Okay.
I think 10 is better than all of them.
Hold that thought. Okay.
Fight me.
Okay, hold all those thoughts.
Change my
We
mind.
might have a surprise question of the month.
Maybe.
Just to get so we can listen to other people in there. Anyways. So he talks about how he's really digging the music and it's a super cool game. And I must agree with Brett here. He's kind of a sucker for badasses and awesome power armor. I feel ya.
That's amazing.
Totally. He mentioned StarCraft and Warhammer. Kind of the same thing because there is that rumor that StarCraft was originally a Warhammer RTS and then it got pulled. So
I would believe that.
If you look, there's a lot of similarities.
I would 100% believe
Warcraft
that.
and StarCraft.
Yeah.
It's very much a Warhammer fantasy in 40K. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like the Zerg are Tyranids. I don't care what you say.
I would believe that.
They are.
Absolutely.
But that's awesome. So heck yes. What else we got on?
Man, it was so fun. Like I had a set way back in the day of Chaos Marines and like
You never played the game. You just painted them.
I never played the game. I just painted them, and oh my god, there were so many of them.
That's
I didn't
right.
paint them all, but they were really cool.
He also talks about playing Vermintide, which you haven't played Vermintide, have you?
No.
Vermintide 1 and 2 are... Ooh.
Is that a Warhammer game?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
I knew
Warhammer Fantasy.
I've heard about it.
And it's literally Left 4 Dead. But Warhammer.
I would be all on
Where
that.
you fight an army of rats.
It's Warhammer Fantasy? Yes, please.
Yeah, and you play... I
Thank
always
you, Brett.
play the...
We're going to find this game because I want to play it.
I have it.
You do?
Yes. I played the crap out of both of them.
How do I not know that? Okay, because you know that Warhammer Fantasy, the MMO, was like my favorite MMO on the planet.
Well, you should play it.
So
There isn't a Dark Wizard, but there is the Fire Wizard class where as you cast spells, your heat builds up and you have to like purge it or you'll die and explode. I play as that class all the time. It's awesome.
My goodness, I miss that game so much. I wish they would remake that because I bet it would do better now that WoW's finally dying.
Ooh,
I'm so sorry.
Low.
Okay, Blizzard, I love you.
Blizzard's finally dying, I think is what you meant to say
No,
there.
they are not. I love you, and Diablo's my jam. I love Diablo so much, but WoW killed a lot of really great MMOs, and that just makes me sad.
It did, and also killed a lot of really bad MMOs too.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Rolling along. And as far as looting games, he agrees that Diablo is awesome, and Borderlands, which we will be talking about here in a bit.
Yes.
He likes to play tank classes and assassins. Specifically, the assassin from Diablo 2.
all right.
Did you ever play the assassin in D2?
No.
It was a lot
You
like.
know me. Come on.
Well, no, it was a lot like the Demon Hunter. That's why I'm asking. 'Cause
No.
it was a melee Demon Hunter where you had sorry. Go on.
Actually, yeah, that it is kind of weird that I picked a Demon Hunter like first, like right out of the.
I know why you picked it.
I know.
Yeah, moving on. You all know why she picked it. She could have had a squeaky hammer for all we care, but whatever. It's like, ooh, Demon Hunter, click. Cool. Devil.
I mean, that's pretty.
And as a last note, I'm going to fight you on this. I'll fight you right now. Duke Nukem Forever sucked.
What?
I'll fight you. It's horrible. What? You're not here. I guess he doesn't want to fight.
Oh my god.
But he talked about it being a guilty pleasure, and I get it. That's fine.
Yeah.
I love Duke Nukem was just like the personification of macho, terrible 90s, which I love to death, as we've talked about.
It's great, yeah.
But man, Forever was such a horrible letdown of a game. It took so long to come out, and it was just not good.
I mean,
like Crackdown, where it wasn't necessarily a bad game, but the hype led to such crushing disappointment.
Okay, I guess that I can understand because I did not. I played a very little of this game, so I can't really say because I did not play a decent chunk. I've played just a little bit of it.
You haven't played a bunch of Duke in general, though, have you?
No, not really. But man, he's a great character, though. I do dig him
with
as
all
a
the
character.
awesome lines from Aliens and They Live.
Yeah, great character. I thought it was pretty fun. I mean, personally, at the end of the day, you also know how I am. It could be like, I don't know, the worst game on the planet, and I don't care. As long as I have fun, it's fine with me. And I thought the game was fine.
And I'm inclined to agree on some things. It just, Duke didn't grab me. It could be because I was so hyped for it and then so massively let down.
That's the only thing, unfortunately, that can kill a game. Like, I feel like the longer you wait for it to come out, and you build up all of this hype for it.
Like Kingdom Hearts 3.
I don't want to say that. I still thoroughly enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3. I love Kingdom Hearts 3.
But you can feel its age.
But you can. I have to admit that you can. Like, I'm trying my best to be unbiased, and I feel like you can. It doesn't give me, as much as I love it, don't get me wrong, I do love it. It doesn't give me the vibe that Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 did. How I just felt like, oh my god, this is magical.
I agree.
So, but I feel like that kind of kills it when you have to wait and you've been waiting so long, and then I just inevitably know it could be the best game in the world. I think you'll still feel a little like,
I agree totally, entirely.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so we didn't have a question of the show, and now we do.
Yes.
A two-part question of the show, which I'm just going to throw on here. Least favorite Zelda. And least favorite Final Fantasy, apparently.
Oh God.
So
I wouldn't even put Wand of Gamelon on that list.
Well, no, you can't because it's in its own category of crap.
I know, but
so least favorite Nintendo-made Zelda.
Okay.
So it's got to be an official Nintendo Zelda.
Okay.
Go.
I don't have one.
You know
love
what mine is?
them.
Link's Awakening.
I don't care.
Lists suck.
No.
But you
I'm
have
so
to
mad
have
at
a
you.
least favorite. It's
No. I love them all.
Okay, it's not your children. Okay,
Yes,
you're not
they
like the
are.
parent like look, I'm sorry, but every parent out there loves all their kids the same. Y'all got a favorite. You know you got a favorite. You
No,
love
I
them all the same.
don't.
But there's
It doesn't work
there's
that
the one that
way.
eats glue and the one that puts their clothes away. You know which one you like more. It's just the way it is. You can love them all the same, but there's the one that like chews on your leg and the one who does the dishes. I mean, you know what? There's always one little crazy rat. That was me.
No.
I was like, Transformers, go away, Mom. And my sister was like, I'm going to study. That's not true, actually. I was actually the good kid. I was the clingy one.
I don't believe that for a second. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't.
You know.
And it doesn't work that way for me with
Ask
Zelda.
your mother. She said you're her favorite.
She
and
did
she
not
means
say
it.
that.
Every time I meet her, she's like, Brittany's my favorite.
No.
Because she
No,
never got
she
never got
doesn't.
all when she's drunk, she does.
No, she doesn't.
She's like,
She says
because you always stay out of trouble and
she
your other
says,
two brothers don't.
No, she says Brittany was my best behaved.
That means you're her favorite.
But she never says that I was her favorite.
It's
That
truth.
is not true.
Truth,
That
kids.
is scandalous.
Truth. Doesn't mean she loves your brothers any less, but you're her favorite because you're the
That's not
lowest
true.
maintenance. Okay? That's what it is. Okay, so least favorite Zelda. It doesn't have to be one you didn't like, but the
No,
one that you liked the least. Just think about it. It's an easy question. Well, like, what's your favorite Zelda?
That's so hard.
Okay, top 3 favorites. Go.
Wind Waker.
Okay. Dude.
Oracle of Ages.
Okay.
Minish Cap.
Okay, so not those 3. So
Wait!
pick another one.
Wind Waker. Minish Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do top 5?
No, not your top 5. Just what was your least favorite? One that you liked the least.
No, I don't.
Could it be Breath of the Wild because you can't do anything in it? You keep
No.
falling off cliffs.
No, because I love Breath of the Wild. It's really
Yes,
great.
but if you had a list, okay, what would be on the bottom of your list?
I don't know. I'd probably put them evenly.
You can't do
in a
that.
line so that I didn't
So
have to rank
you're
them.
telling me, or actually, I take it back. You know, what about?
Look, I'm wearing a little Zelda heart right now.
What about Skyward Disappointment? That was another one that was objectively not that good.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to calm down.
You didn't even finish Skyward Sword.
You are the one who doesn't like Skyward Sword.
Neither do you.
And it is not me. You are a liar.
Did you finish Skyward Sword?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What happens?
I don't remember. But you know I don't remember anything.
So you wouldn't put that on the bottom of your list?
That would be
the
one.
tutorial-laden crap fest that was. I'm sorry, but it was.
Okay.
Great story, amazing story, awesome tools.
I love the art. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If I'm gonna be real,
This is getting rough.
because Twilight Princess was great, and I actually did Twilight Princess. I would say. I was going to say more than once. Skyward Sword probably would be one that I would have. Fine. It would probably be one that I would have, but I would be okay with never playing again.
Thank you. Sorry, I hit the mic with my chin. It was like clunk.
I'm so mad at you right now.
Okay, so Final Fantasy games, to make this not take 45 freaking minutes.
Okay.
Just the PS1. So your least favorite Zelda game, listeners, and your least favorite PS1 Final Fantasy. If you say tactics, I'll kill you. Okay, well, no, no, 7, 8, or 9, brah.
Oh, this is so easy because least favorite Final Fantasy by far is Final Fantasy 12.
Well, obviously, because worse than 13?
Hands down.
Hello?
Yes.
No.
Okay, maybe
Vaughn.
Vaughn, whatever his name is.
It's not Astro Van.
See?
It's Vaughn.
He was.
Yeah, but there was a great Vaughn in Tales of Symphonia.
I can't even remember his name. He was a gremlin.
He looked like Michael Jackson.
But
it also had
no.
Fran,
You know what? Bunny
the
people.
best bunny girl ever.
Bunny people.
Coming to 14, by the way.
That was the bomb.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that'll be cool. I would like to play as a bunny
13.
class. But you can't rank a game based on like one character. I was going to say one class.
No.
One race.
But it also had is it Baldus the Sky Pirate? Which couldn't make me play that game because I hated 12 so much. Okay, but PS1 only. PS1 only. So 7, 8, or 9.
PS1 only. Okay.
That's it. Making it real simple for you. Please.
Yeah. That's super easy. It would be
7.
What? No.
For me, they're all masterpieces, but 7 would be my least favorite between 7, 8, and 9. It'd be 8 at number 1, 9 at number 2, just for that horrible last boss. Fight anyone on that. Necron made no sense. He comes out of nowhere. What the heck? And then 7, also fantastic, but still 7.
I have to say, like,
Because
almost
Cloud's a punk.
the little Moogle city is it makes me want to rank it, but no. I would say for me, like 7 and 8 would be tied. And then 9 would be my least favorite. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
Why?
You know what? There were tears on my face when I played 7.
I'm just saying you...
And Sephiroth is sexy. I don't care.
Yeah, but...
I mean...
Bro.
Okay. If I had to say, I think that Squall is probably a better... character
because he actually goes somewhere
because he doesn't think that he's another person,
fights you all and has no arc.
Okay,
has an arc, and then the arc is actually a circle.
But that's actually kind of cool.
Fight all of you on that one.
No, but that's actually kind of cool that Cloud was like, he thought that he was someone. He was like so distraught.
So cool, and then he ends up being the exact same punk he is at the beginning of the game.
He was like so crushed that he became someone else. Like, that's deep.
Like. This is let me give you Cloud. Okay, here's Cloud, right? I'm a member of Soldier. I'm an elite fighting person with a sword.
Okay, but he wore a dress.
Hold on. You're right.
Fantastic.
Progressing onwards. Now I'm a pretty lady who's a member of Soldier. And further in the game, I may not actually be me.
So,
I'm just a puppet. Hold on. I'm not done. That's okay. Now I know I'm me, and I'm okay just being me.
Yeah.
I'm just like I was in the beginning of the game.
What is wrong with that message?
No progression.
Hey, what is wrong with that message? First of all,
everything.
You know he has personality because he wore a pretty dress. And then second of all...
Oh, my God.
Second of all, if he's like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not the person that I thought I was.
But he literally was.
Hold on. But to keep my friend's memory alive, I'm okay with who I am.
See, that's a great message.
What's wrong with that?
But no, it's a wonderful message. It's that Cloud as a character doesn't do anything. Like there's the implication.
You got all cross-eyed on me.
It's like there's the implication of this awesome transformation as a character into essentially trying to be someone you're not, like many children or even adults would do, into realizing that who you are
is enough.
Is always enough.
Thank you.
But
I really like that.
His personality never shows any sign of that. Like he's just a wad of sap in the beginning, just like bleh. And in the end, he's just like bleh. I'm like, God, I wish you would try to be somebody else because you're boring.
Judge him on how he processes
judging
trauma.
So hard. My God. If I were Tifa, I would have left him a long time ago.
Oh my God.
OMG.
Also, Advent Children is amazing.
And he's still blah in that.
No, he's not.
He's even more blah in that.
So
he's like,
cool.
I've got an armband. Blah, blah, blah,
He's
blah.
really cool.
I'm still sad because my
but
real
you know
girlfriend
what?
dead.
It's all about Yuffie and Tifa.
With her goofy little unbuttoned shorts.
I love her shoes. I just love her shoes.
But whatever.
They're amazing.
For that reason alone, 7 won't be as good as 8 because 8 had a more annoying protagonist in the beginning. Like, you really want to hit Squall with a bus when you first meet him. Like, he's that annoying. You hate him. He's a brat.
But you know what? 10's better than all.
No,
so it's fine.
We're not talking about that.
But now we're talking about 10, which is better.
Oh, God. We're moving on. That's it. We're going to take a break. Okay. Look, guys. Oh, God. Guess what?
Are we going to have to blow through this again?
Look, as the host of Game Overcast, I want to personally apologize.
I'm so sorry.
I wanted so badly for the show to run within its time constraints. This time, unlike all the other times it did not, this time specifically, it was going to be so good. And I have failed you. I'm sorry. Sorry. Listeners, viewers, David, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Because we're half done and we're almost an hour in.
That's
Strap in,
okay.
kids. On that note, so question of the month. Least favorite Zelda, least favorite PS1.
All the Zeldas are good.
Final
So
Fantasy,
please send in emails that say all the Zeldas are fantastic.
They're all good, but if you had a top 10 list, this would be on the bottom of the list.
Okay,
Not bad
fine.
necessarily.
I'll take it. Fine.
So please, give us a comment to the YouTube channel. You can send something to social media or to podcast@gameovervideogames.com. Or if you're like me and realize that Link's Awakening wasn't a good Zelda game, that's fine.
Link's Awakening was fine.
Also, to be fair, I don't like a lot of top-down Zelda games, so hey.
You don't.
No, I
So
don't.
I feel like you don't have. It's like your opinion doesn't really count. Because,
Wow.
No, not like
Wow.
that. But because top-down Zelda games are not. Did you like that? Did you see that?
Top-down crab people.
Yes, are not your jam.
You're right.
So I feel like it's kind of an unfair thing to ask
Well,
you.
I'm saying even of those games,
Because-
like I will actually say I do enjoy Minish Cap randomly. I don't know why.
Like, your opinion always counts. That sounded so ugly, but you know what I mean.
You see, the truth.
And thank you.
For a second there, you
Thank
saw
you.
real Brittany right there.
No,
How did
that's
it taste?
not true. Now, thank you for admitting that Minish Cap is the bomb.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
That's not true. That's
That's
not
Brittany.
what
Brittany,
that's
your
not
opinion
what
is
I
worthless
meant.
falcon right there, kids.
That is terrible. That is not what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're taking a break because we're choking
Okay.
and it's getting late. And that was kind of a rhyme. Oh, well, we'll be back. Love you. Bye. Hey there, everybody. It's Matt and Brit to let you know that we're now on social media.
Yay!
That's right. Game Overcast is on Facebook and Instagram. And here's Brit to give you the addresses.
Yes, so you can follow us on Instagram at Game Overcast, and on Facebook it is at Game Overcast USA.
That's right. So follow us, leave a like. Can you like? You can like that stuff, right?
So on Instagram you can like posts, and then on Facebook you can do follow, and then I don't know, you like stuff too.
Can you heart stuff?
You can like all the stuffs and heart all the
Heart
stuffs
all the likes.
because you love us.
That's right.
Love us.
So yeah, go on and give us a follow.
Love us.
Facebook and Instagram, Game Overcast. Heart the likes. Love.
Hi, welcome back. He's a tea thief. He stole my tea. I brought my tea from home, and he stole it.
It was there, and it was unguarded. Always guard your tea, kids. Always.
It's okay. I have a bajillion bottles.
Empty or full?
What?
Because you have a problem throwing your trash away sometimes.
Lies. This
Real
is
Brittany, guys.
slander. This is slander.
Real Brittany, your opinion doesn't matter, and I don't pick up for myself.
That's not true. Okay. I quit.
All right, let's
quit.
get in this. Once again, the show's running way over, so we're going to have to rush through our actual
Okay.
topic. This is horrible.
I
We're
know,
going
I
to have
feel
two
so
shows.
bad.
Our 2 shows a month will be everything else and then topic. So it's like
Really?
next time on Overcast, we actually talk about what we wanted to talk about.
I know. Maybe we should talk about the topic for. No, it's the same thing.
It's just a mess. Whatever.
It's
Here we go. All right. Looter shooter.
Yes.
Uh,
Diablo.
Roto-Rooter.
Done.
Diablo with guns. Pretty much. So looter shooters. So we'll talk about a couple of the early games. Specifically, do you ever play Hellgate London, Brittany?
Oh my gosh.
Made by some ex-Diablo devs, actually.
Yeah. Are you talking about the one that came out in like
2007.
Mid 2000s, right? So cool. Yeah, I talked about Hellgate London.
You can see from the date I have written right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Real Brittany here,
Well,
kids.
I didn't see that.
Your opinion doesn't matter, can't pick up, and don't
That's
read the
not
outlines.
true.
So both Hellgate London and
Yes.
Tabula Rasa.
Oh.
Tabula?
Tabula?
I'll call it
okay.
Tabula.
I always
Tabula?
said that's a.
Tabula, Richard Garriott.
God, I was just about to try to remember his name.
What's his real name?
I was gonna say Richard Grayson.
What's his real name?
No, Richard Garriott.
Yeah.
Richard Garriott.
Or Lord British.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Pointless trivia. That's what I do.
Anyway.
So
yeah, Tabula Rasa was. I thought that was an MMO.
it was, but it was the first kind of like edge towards the looter shooter genre, where it was a shooter, but it was an MMO. Neither one of these did very well, mostly because neither one of them were very good.
Mhm.
I didn't play Tabula Rasa much. I played Hellgate London for about 45 minutes and turned it off. We talked about this before. I didn't really like it very much at all.
I know you because we've talked about Hellgate London
Yeah,
before.
they hadn't quite nailed it down yet. I don't
and
think.
you were like, eh.
It wasn't until 2009 with
Mhm.
the small indie series that you may have heard of called Borderlands. I don't know if it's a thing. Allegedly, there ain't no rest for the wicked.
Real underground.
From what
stuff.
I understand, real underground stuff. But I remember seeing this bit for this game, and initially it was this really dark, edgy kind of game, and they mentioned lots of gun customization, and all of a sudden, it just was reinvented as this super bright, cel-shaded game with 18 gazillion guns, I think, approximately, or something like that.
And it's super fun. It really hurts my heart when people are like, no, I can't play that game because of the way it looks. It looks too cartoony. I'm like, oh my God, you are missing out on such a great game.
I don't get that anymore.
I don't get it
Back when
either.
it came out,
Yeah.
definitely. But nowadays, with like the Rick and Morty crowd, like that's their game. Which is actually why I don't play Borderlands anymore.
I guess that's true.
1 was fantastic, 2 was fantastic, but somewhere along like the 3rd expansion pack for 2, or DLC, for those of you that aren't 30, I got kind of tired of the humor. It got just a little old, where it's kind of like that Deadpool humor, where it'll make you laugh, and you never need to see it again. It's that kind of stuff. Where it's like, Butt Stallion was funny,
Ow.
but I
Ow.
got tired of hearing about Butt Stallion. I really did.
I can definitely understand that. I feel like that was a jab at me because I saw Deadpool in theaters twice, and he's
Direct at you. Did it ring home? Yes. And all power to people who like it. It's just that, to me, it begins to grate. And once again, it's like that Family Guy, Rick and Morty kind of humor, where it's definitely funny. It's just there's only so many poop jokes I can do before I begin to kind of lose my mind.
that I can definitely understand.
I'm much more of a slapstick kind of guy, which is just as lowbrow. Just saying, Three Stooges forever. But, or Red Skelton, or, whatever.
I just love
Abbott
horror.
Costello. Yeah. But
Pretty much.
either way, so not saying it's bad, but definitely like I played Borderlands for the gameplay and tuned out the jokes after a while.
Yeah, I can definitely understand how for you that would or for anybody that would get a little old.
Yes.
But the gameplay is just so fun. Like you and I had a really good time. I mean, we put a lot of hours into
Quite
Borderlands
a few, yeah.
and playing it together. And that was one of the few FPSs that I would actually suffer through because I get like severe motion sickness. Sometimes even when we're running a dungeon in Final Fantasy, I'm like, whoa, I was like
you get
running
messed
too
up, bro,
fast,
real
or
bad.
I like turned too fast or something.
I want you to try Anthem, but I think it might kill you.
See, I think Anthem. Okay, but I also was fine with Destiny. T-Thief. Okay, I was fine with Destiny. I suffered through Destiny as well. Like sometimes I would feel it, but I would take like Dramamine. And I would be fine, or I would pop like 2 aspirin, and then I would be okay because I wouldn't get a headache or whatever. So, yeah, Destiny was great. So if I could do Destiny, I can definitely do Anthem.
Probably. Well, you can't fly in Destiny.
And then I played like a little bit of your Anthem, and I thought it was
That's
fun.
true. Well, we'll talk about Anthem here in a bit. But Borderlands, yeah, awesome. Definitely got that genre going where it really was Diablo with guns. It's how it was sold to people, and it worked.
Yeah.
You know, because it was the same thing where you go out, you grind, you level up.
It was sold marketed that way, wasn't it?
Definitely. And it works. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was a loot RPG where you had to shoot things. It was phenomenal. The guns, and to this day, the problem with Borderlands that I see as not a problem, but as a little hiccup to me in the thing, because the guns are all random. A lot of them are the same, and that's the problem with it. It's No Man's Sky suffered from the same issue where procedure generated has its limits.
Yeah, of course.
And it will never compare to an artist doing one thing or two things like that. So that became a problem after a while. And then I didn't play much of the Borderlands pre-sequel because at that point I was kind of done with the series. I am looking forward to the potential Borderlands 3. I know Gearbox, specifically Randy Pitchford, is having some legal issues right now, which we won't talk about it because it's not for appropriate reasons. But he's having a bit of legal trouble at the moment. None of it's all allegations as to what it. But the point being, they're a bit busy at the moment with that. Also, I don't think Gearbox has been doing all that well because I know Battleborn was a flop. They ruined Aliens. They ruined Duke Nukem.
I was gonna say
sorry, Brett.
You monster. I was gonna say I can't. What was the last Gearbox game that came out?
Exactly. I think it was.
What was it?
I don't know. Was it the? No, they didn't do. Whatever. I don't remember. But it's been a bit.
I'm gonna look later because it's really bothering me. I want to know because I feel like I don't know.
But I am looking forward to seeing a Borderlands 3 because it's been some time. Well, it actually may have been the re-release or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, the Handsome Collection?
Yeah. And that was over a year or so ago, so I can't think of anything else.
I think the Handsome Collection was way more than a year ago.
Because it was on PS4. Yeah, it could have been a couple years ago, but either way, several years ago. But we'll see. I mean, it'd be weird for them not to do one ever because they always sell well, and there's been a big enough gap to get more in there.
Definitely.
So we'll see some more, but
I think that would do really, really well, actually. Yeah. You know who I wonder? I wonder what Cliffy B is up to.
Nothing.
Really?
At all.
Still?
He's stopped
Cliffy,
making games. No, because
come on.
he made that Lawbreakers game that flopped really hard.
What Lawbreakers?
It was an arena shooter, kind of like Overwatch, a lot more like Quake. But it flopped about as hard as a bird with a 10-pound lead weight tied around its legs. It was dead on launch. It was dead.
I've never even heard of that.
It was fun, but it died hard. And then right after that, he made a really, really terrible battle royale game that was okay. And then the studio he had shut down.
No.
And he vowed to never make a video game again because we're all ungrateful jerks.
Are you serious?
Which he's kind of being a brat, but
yeah.
Lawbreakers kind of sucked. And it didn't suck. It had nothing special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the thing in Lawbreakers was the movement, and it was okay, but it wasn't that great. And then it was another generic battle royale game, the name of which I can't even remember. I played it once and went, "Oh, that's right. I hate these games." Done.
I always thought he seemed like a pretty cool dude.
He's pretty snark.
So yeah, well, definitely. But I always thought that was like kind of like more so of an act.
His persona,
and it was just really funny.
I think it's just kind of him. I think he's just a jerk.
Maybe.
But that's cool. But so he's done. I think allegedly he's done skis now.
Really sad. I wonder what else. Sorry, this is turning into like what are they doing now?
Yeah, VH1. Behind the Gamers.
Levine.
Ken Levine.
Well,
he was working on that game, and we haven't heard about it for years, dude. Remember whatever he was working on? I haven't heard about it for years. I'm going to look that up after the show.
That's another one that I would gladly suffer through until the end of time because BioShock is one of my favorite games ever. And I don't care if it makes me dizzy or motion sick. It's amazing.
It's glorious. But we'll move on because at some point we do need to go home.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
And I want to give every game its fair shake here. I think it's really hilarious that the first chunk of the show is always longer than the actual like point of the show.
I know.
That brings me so much joy. So next, Warframe. We're not going to talk about it because it sucks. Ooh. Okay. No. Okay, we talked about this last time. I have nothing personally against Warframe.
Yes, you do.
Sure, but I get why people like it. But I've voiced my distaste with free to play games, and it's a personal preference. I get why people like it. That's why I like giving it a hard time because I have a couple friends that play Warframe a lot, just to jab at them. It's fine. We're not talking about though because I haven't played it much and I personally don't like it. So moving on. Have you played Warframe? Do you want to defend Warframe?
No.
Cool. Moving on.
But I just feel like you're such a troll about it.
Yes, but see, I would hope at this point, people that listen realize that 99% of the time I'm joking.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Occasionally that 1% of the time when I'm serious, you won't know when it's serious. So it's great. I'll tell you right now.
It's his trick.
Warframe really sucks. No, I'll tell you what, I'm serious. Link's Awakening, don't like.
No.
Don't like. Worst Zelda game.
I'm not your friend anymore.
I'll play one of Gamelon first.
You would not.
Just for the novelty.
You are
just for the novelty, I play it
just
first.
being a jerk.
Been playing the least good top-down Zelda game. I'm just saying, it's like, why would you bother playing that
not play
when you can play Oracle
First
of Ages
of all, you can't
or
find
Link to the
Wand of
Past?
Gamelon.
I'm just that also helps. It's like I'd play it if it was here. Waka waka. I played it before. It's garbage. It's such garbage. Oh my god! But once again, I'd play Zelda 2 before I played Link's Awakening.
That is actually on my list of like Zeldas I need to. Because remember, way back in the day,
Man, that game's bad.
when I know. Remember way back in the day when I was like, I'm gonna own everything Zelda. I already own all the systems.
You own 2, don't you? You've just never played it.
What?
Oh, you haven't played much 2, have you? Like I know you own 2.
Yeah.
But you never you haven't beaten it though. I thought.
No, that one
freaking weird.
I haven't beaten it. No.
Yeah.
But yes, I do own that. Now I'm like going through all the things that I own in my head. That one though, I've actually never seen that, so I don't know if have you ever carried that?
Carried what? Wand of Gamelon?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple times.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it at a few stores. Yeah, it's been here before.
It's probably like $1 million.
I wouldn't say $1 million, but it's definitely a bit expensive. It fluctuates.
It's hard to find.
It's for the sheer wow factor because it sure as head because it's a good game.
You know, I would definitely though. That's been on my list. I will definitely get that just to add to my Zelda collection.
Wow.
And just to be like, hey guys, look at this.
Look at this hunk of crap. Right. So moving along, let's talk Anthem. So Anthem came out last week. I've been playing it already with the early access. I'm going to be objective here. Game's got some problems.
Really?
Game's got some big problems.
And that surprises me because what I have seen you play.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. We'll get there. No spoilers.
Okay.
So let's talk problems first. So Anthem, big problems. There's no end game. There's nothing to do. You go through this.
So okay, continue because you're about to.
Yeah, you go through the story.
Yeah.
The story ends, which is kind of decent, but then it just kind of ends, which is kind of a letdown anyways. Like some really great characters, okay, hold on a second. So spoilers for the next 15 seconds. If you don't want spoilers, fast forward like a minute, okay? I love Owen to death. Owen stabs you in the back.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, you love him.
Yes, and he stabs you in the back. Anyways, spoilers over. Back to non-spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But then the story ends, and you get these weird, like, end-game things where you can go on these procedural quests, which is fine. And it's the loot grind from then on. So it's like Diablo where you go through and you get the stuff. That's fine. It's definitely lacking a bit in structure and overall things to do, which is a problem. Specifically, the loot system sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually already been fixed as of today, where people that were playing Endgame were getting low-rank garbage gear a lot of the time, which you remember Diablo 3 had the same problem D3 had, where you'd play for hours and get a bunch of junk.
Yeah.
Anthem had that, I don't know why people haven't learned, but had the same problem where they've fixed most of that now, where certain low-grade loot items are just off the table once you're 30.
It's just something that's kind of easy to overlook.
You're right. That probably is.
And there are other, in my personal opinion, more important things. And also it kind of, well, you know me, I like grind. So that doesn't really bother me.
It is, but then there's issues where the modifiers for the items weren't working correctly, where you'd have a flamethrower that gave you plus to poison damage, which makes no sense because it's a flamethrower, so it's a worthless modifier. Stuff like that. But that's already also been fixed. But there's other little things like there's no way that I've seen to look at your stats. Like you can look at individual stats, but I can't see how much armor I have, or I can't see how much health I've got. That's a huge glaring problem. That's like one thing I hated about Destiny, where you had like a couple vague numbers and that's it. Like I want to get into the details because I talked about it before, where there was an article saying how this was going very heavy into Diablo, where there's lots of stats. There ain't no stats. Like there's a couple things on the weapons, but you can't like bring up your sheets like you can in Diablo and be like, here's your poison resistance, here's your fire resistance, here's your luck, and all those are stats in the game. You can't look at them, and maybe I'm wrong.
Okay,
but it's not on when you're in the Forge, which is where you look at your character and set items. There's nothing there to show your stats.
Okay, so my question is though, and apart from your health, because obviously your health is really important.
Yes.
But do you actually utilize that?
Yes.
Do you really?
Yes.
Because let me tell you,
You don't. I know you don't.
In Diablo, I don't. I just play.
But when you're, once again, this is only for the hardcore crowd, but when you're, like me, and you're trying to min-max, as they call it, when you want to have the highest stats in certain areas, you need to see what it is.
Okay, but to be fair, I usually am like, hey, what do you think about this build? And you're like, you should do this.
And that's cool
and I'm like,
for you
all right,
guys,
cool.
But you would lose nothing.
Yeah.
And I would gain quite a bit by having that in there.
Yeah.
And just to have nothing, like there isn't, like, it isn't even Destiny where you can say total armor. There isn't a number for that. There's nothing. Like Destiny has your mobility, your resilience, and I forget what else it was, but three numbers that all of your gear adds into. Mm-hmm. The only thing that Anthem has is your total gear score. And that's it. And that's not enough. Mm-hmm, I want to know specifically what's going on. Like, if I'm a Colossus, I need to know how much armor I have, how much shield power, my physical shield. I need to know that crap. If I'm going to go into Grandmaster 3, the highest difficulty, and like, why am I dying? Well, it's because my shield isn't strong enough. To know that now, I have to look at every single one of my components, every single one of my weapons. That's it's stupid.
Okay,
It's a problem.
I can see your perspective for sure. I mean, I don't think that would necessarily be a deal breaker, especially like for me, I wouldn't use something like that unless I was playing something like Final Fantasy 14.
Definitely.
Then that's when it would be important to me because obviously like you would have to know that stuff.
It's specifically only for hard stuff, which you don't always do.
Yeah.
So, but for people like me, it's a necessity almost to see what that's like. But it's also just, it's a series of issues like that. And the game's still kind of buggy, where a lot of things don't always work. So you'll be in a world event and an enemy won't spawn. And also something that they are fixing, like currently, one thing I can definitely say is BioWare has been tremendously transparent, still, thankfully, and
which is amazing.
They're on it really quick. Mind you, most of these problems should have already been fixed, and that's a lot of people's issues, where this shouldn't have been a launch day bug. This should have been previously bugged.
See, but remember what we were talking about last time with Bethesda, and I was talking about how sometimes if you're just transparent with your fan base and you're honest with your fan base, they're more forgiving.
You are correct.
And so far, you haven't heard a bunch of trash talking about Anthem.
Oh, well, yes, you have.
I mean,
but
have.
You always will with the bandwagoners, yes.
For real. Okay, but you haven't to the extent of like forget the bandwagoners and forget that it's EA. Apart from that, they haven't even tried the game usually. Apart from that, it hasn't been on the scale that Fallout 76 was. Like the trash scale.
I have noticed there's a lot less of like absolute hate for the game and a lot more like this needs to be fixed.
And it's a lot less like, how dare you? And this is my money that you're exploiting and all of that stuff. And I feel like they're like, okay, cool. They're honest about it. They said, hey, we know that we need to work on this and we're working on it. And I feel like that's enough. That's enough for me. If somebody that I really admired, if I was playing a game or whatever, and then they were like, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's happening, or this is going to be delayed or whatever, then I'd be like, cool, that's fine. Like, take all the time you need.
Totally.
I totally understand. And at least you're being honest with me and there's that exchange,
Right. So, a lot of problems. Game's in a reasonably rough state right now, you could say, for sure. All that being said, we're gonna do a deep nerd dive here, guys. Okay, so I'm not ashamed, but you might be ashamed to hear me say it. So, all of that being said, I'll hop in my giant robot power armor suit, start blasting some Gundam music, and have the most fun in my life. Like, you've been there. We'll have this manic grin on my face, like...
Mind you, I can hear the music through his gigantic headphones. Yes.
Yeah. And I'll just be stomping and blowing crap up and setting things on fire and not care about any of those problems. This means they have an amazing framework for an amazing game. They just need to add stuff to do and iron out the kinks, which is much better than the opposite, where you have tons of content, but no good way to... Like Red Dead Redemption 2. Wow. That game had so much to do. It's an awesome story, but I could not stomach the controls. So I only played a couple hours of it. I couldn't do it.
Okay. I honestly feel like the controls...
and that's fine, but that's just
were
me.
Fine. Yeah.
Anthem feels so good. You feel so cool. It's like, you feel like badass, just
Yeah.
flying in and crushing things and laser rifles.
Yeah. And see, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the game is or if everybody thinks the game is.
Hadouken!
Can I say that?
Nope. That's getting bleeped.
I'm so sorry. I thought that was acceptable.
Nope.
But
Just because it's British slang doesn't mean it's any less bad.
but it doesn't. I apologize. It doesn't matter as long as the game is fun
You're right.
and as long as you have a good time.
It definitely needs.
That's the point
It
of a
needs
game.
more content though, because it will get old eventually. I know that. It's just a matter of time. Where I can only be a robot fan and fly around for so long. But it's true. Eventually, doing the same thing over and over again, however fun, will get old if you don't have new dungeons or better gear or reasons like that to play.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely do need to keep working on it and get it much better. But I mean, the framework's glorious. It feels so good. But keep rolling. So Anthem. So as of right now, it's kind of like Destiny, our next game on here.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny, both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 launched.
Amazing.
Both of them, though, however, launched severely lacking in content as well.
Yeah.
Destiny 1, I remember I didn't play Destiny 1 until The Taken King came out. And I played through the whole thing like, wow, this is great. I hear people griping about the story. And it only at that point occurred to me I was already in the Taken King campaign. And I was like, oh, wait, so that part way back then, that was the whole campaign?
I thought that you had played Destiny and didn't like it, and then it wasn't until The Taken
Never
King
finished
came
it,
out.
though. I played for a bit. I was like,
Oh.
eh. But I finished
see.
it. I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't that bad. But like, wow, that was the original campaign. I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
So it's like the same thing with them. I kind of get it from a different perspective.
That I can understand it, because I'm going to be real. When I got into Destiny, all of that stuff was out. And so I had this like ginormous amount of stuff,
You did, yeah,
of content to
quite a bit.
access. And for me, I was like, this is
It's
amazing. I love
boundless.
this.
I'm like, yeah, but it's also a year and like
Yeah.
$100 worth of expansions.
But
and
yeah, a bunch of that stuff,
that
was
is the
not
nice
available.
thing about Anthem is all of the story content they're adding is going to be free.
And that's really cool.
Yep.
I think that's really cool.
But so Destiny, made by Bungie, the guys who made Halo, very, nice story-driven PvE, PvP looter shooter. You've played it now. You get it. Most of you have played it. 3 different classes: Titan, Warlock, Hunter, or Titan Warlock, and that jackball that no one cares about over there. Screw you and your knives. Moving along. I have all 3 classes. Gee, Brit, what class do you think I play as mostly in Destiny? If you had to guess.
I'm not even going to answer.
You're not going to
you.
answer that? Maybe.
I'm not even going to
I'm
answer
totally
you.
the Warlock, right? The little wizard dude? No, I break
No,
things. It's what
not
I
at
do.
all.
The Titan solves things with his fists. He just punches stuff. That's me in most of the games
That's
I
so
play.
you.
I'm a Colossus in
That is
Anthem.
so
I
you.
break things. It's fun. But yeah, Destiny, glorious game. Fun story. Cade 6 is dead, thank God.
I'm still distraught. I don't believe it. Oh yeah, and what's his face?
Is-
Aldrin is still. Are you kidding
Well,
me
he's
right
not
now?
still alive. He was revived as a
I don't-
guardian.
Are you kidding me?
That's the best.
I'm
So
so
awesome.
mad. Cade's coming back. He has to come back because
Well, He done. He's done. He's done, and it's okay. But so Destiny, awesome. We're gonna kind of roll through this year, but yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic game, great loot grind, tons of stuff to do. It's in a wonderful place now. Which brings us to our next game, which is getting a sequel next month, The Division.
Yeah, in like 2 weeks.
Yep, there's a pattern here, guys. When The Division came out, it suffered from a problem. Britt, what do you think that problem was?
Not enough content.
Not enough content. Oh my God! It's like Anthem
many
is the
people.
first game to have this problem.
If you were by yourself in the dark zone and then 4 people
Totally
would
screwed.
attack you and then they would take your stuff and then you were sad.
Totally sad.
Oh wait, that still happens.
Yep. But Division, awesome game.
Yeah.
Really cool story where there's a
I
virus released on
love-
Black Friday.
I was just about to say, I love the concept of the Division because I think it's amazing. And I feel like if there was a day for us to get screwed, it would definitely be Black
yeah.
Friday.
Capitalism Day.
That's the Devil's Day. I'm kidding.
Good Lord.
I'm joking.
But super cool game, cover-based action RPG with like neat kind of Tom Clancy tech,
Yeah.
where you'll have like roller mines and drones and nanotech and all kinds of cool things. Where it's now, but just in the distant future now. That kind of setting.
yeah.
Super cool game. Was really once again, there's nothing to do in the beginning, but where it is now, it's in an amazing place with gear sets and procedural dungeons and huge things to run, and it's blossomed into a glorious game, which I have played quite a bit.
Yeah.
with some people. And it's weird. I'm thinking I don't know how much I'm going to like 2. And I talked about this on the last show. I played the beta for 2, and it was fun. but I immediately thought, man, I wish I was a flying suit of power armor.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
It feels so good in Anthem to move around. In the Division, you're like, hide behind a wall.
But they're like completely different. I feel like they're completely different games.
And it's not fair to the Division.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
But I can't shake that feeling. Why can't I just fly over there?
I think you will dig the Division. You just have to get Anthem out of your system for a while, and then you can bounce over to the Division.
You're right. It's
like,
gonna be tough.
Game is great.
It's gonna be tough though, because it comes back to the bullet sponge thing where, as you crank the difficulty in Anthem, the enemies begin to take a lot of damage to kill. Mm-hmm. But it's a giant rock golem made of space dust. Of course, that thing takes forever to kill. It's a giant demon rock golem made of space dust instead of a guy in a hoodie with a baseball bat. I'm not kidding. They're enemies in Division 1. And when you're on the high difficulties, those guys with baseball bats, your whole team has to open up and put 2 clips into his face to bring him down. Like, what are you on? Like, what is that hoodie made of? Jesus.
It's Black Friday. Stuff gets real on Black Friday.
It was the same way in the other one where they added this armor system to the game where you can shoot off armored plates of stuff. It's the same thing, though. It really is. And it's like, okay, this is cool, but come on.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a double-barreled shotgun, and I've put it to the guy's face, and he's like, "Oh yeah, bro." But it's great. But you get what I mean.
Yeah,
no
definitely.
jetpacks. What the heck? Why? But we will move on to a game which I didn't know where to place. I wasn't sure to put it in the last show where we talked Diablo games or this show, because it kind of falls into both. It's an isometric action RPG, but you're shooting stuff. It's called Alienation.
I think I totally would have lumped it in. I think it would fit with Diablo.
Okay. But I mean, like, it could, because you
it
also
fits here too.
There's guns.
Yeah.
You know, so it could be either or. But so if you haven't played Alienation, play it because it's cheap. PS4 game. I don't think it's on Steam. I'm not sure. Made by House Marquee, that wonderful people who did Nex Machina and Super Stardust Galaxy and pretty much everything that's good. They haven't done anything bad ever. It's a shame that Nex Machina didn't sell as well as they like, because they mentioned they won't be doing any more games like that, which breaks my heart.
Shame.
Yeah. So they're like,
because
we're going to do Battle Royale or some
game.
trash. But we don't know. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. But yeah, Nex Machina will always be one of my favorite games in the universe.
Yeah.
I love it. Alienation, I think the one they did before this, great game. It's like Diablo, but you know, the Earth's been invaded by aliens. You're an elite force that might be wearing power armor. Totally coincidental. And there's different classes. I was, of course, was the big giant class, because that's what I do. And you go around shooting aliens. It's a twin stick shooter, but there's gear. There's an active reload system a la Gears of War. Escalating difficulty, so you have tons of stages, and then once you beat the stages, you can crank the difficulty to get progressively better gear and upgrade your weapons and stuff. Like, there's just thousands of things. Like, one of the things House Marquee is good at is just stuff on the screen. Like, good lord, stuff on screen. Why God? You've played Nex Machina, you know what it is. You know, you've been like, nope, too much stuff.
It does. That's, even though it's a fantastic game, it is a tad bit overwhelming for me. I'm going to be real.
But it's great when you have this wave of alien death rolling towards you, and you just fire a railgun through them, and the whole line just goes blip.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
And it's 4 players, either couch co-op or online. So phenomenal game. It's so much fun. I've played that game for many, many hours, and it was $20 when it was new. If you're looking for something that's cheap, give you that looter shooter Diablo feeling, this is one of them. It's such a good game. Especially, once again, just for the cost value. I've paid $6 for Diablo 4 times. Okay? I paid $20 for this game once, and it's fantastic. Glorious. Okay, so oh man. I knew I was going to talk about this.
Oh no.
And I don't want to hear.
Oh no.
People outside. Here in my notes for the show, I said, here at this point, Matt, it's time for you to drop the F-bomb. And since we've already bleeped out Brit once in this show, it won't be that F-bomb.
I thought that was an okay word.
No, it's not. So we're going to talk about Fortnite. However,
I quit.
However,
I'm kidding.
we're going to talk about Fortnite when it launched. We're going to talk about non-Battle Royale Fortnite. We're going to talk about what Fortnite was supposed to be before they got on the PUBG bug and abandoned the concept for the game and went with this.
Please. I am intrigued because I will be real. I thought what Fortnite is right now, I thought that was what it always was.
No, sir.
Okay, please tell me.
Fortnite
I'm curious.
Was a really cool concept for a game where there are zombies, and you have to go around like saving villagers, the Louis villagers of the town of Nebraska, the town of state. I was gonna say Milwaukee. That's actually a town. Why do I keep thinking Milwaukee's a state? I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Continue.
Too many robots in the brain. But either way, so in these towns, and you kill zombies, and you have to build this giant base to have a shield because there's a storm that causes these zombies to appear. It's like this evil purple storm. And you build this base which spreads out a shield to repel the zombie storm, making death. And you go around killing zombies, and you play with other people. You can build structures to repel. Like your base, you had like build the base around this machine. So you'd have like this. I'd have myself this massive death pyramid full of traps and wonderful things. And you could play with other players, and you go around, and they drop gear and loot and stuff for you to pick up. And they would just be the thing where you'd fight zombies out in the open, and then you'd construct these impromptu bases full of traps and whatever you want to do with it. And that was the game. That was the whole game.
But you did. It was online though, right?
Yeah. So you'd progress. It was a PvE game though. So you'd progress through these different cities. Further building up your home base, and then going out to gather materials, building all kinds of crap, and shooting zombies in the face.
Okay.
That was Fortnite.
So strictly PvE.
Strictly PvE. Yes.
Okay.
Which is why the guns in Fortnite feel like crap. I don't care who plays it. The guns are crap. I'll fight all of you. The guns are horrible. The guns, because it's an RPG scale for guns. So it's like Fallout, where you have the low-level guns. The bullets go like this, which is fine when you're fighting AI enemies and you can upgrade your guns. It is not fine when you're in a situation where you actually have to hit stuff. Like maybe it's fine if you're 12. No offense. I'm sorry. Or if you're an adult. I can't do it. I think it's a horrible design choice.
Well, I think you can tell the demographic that plays that because a lot of the merchandise is aimed at children.
You're right.
To be fair.
So if you're into that kind of like I don't want to say not even competitive, casual. I don't know how I want to use it, but if I have a gun in a PvP environment, I want it to aim straight. I want to lose because I suck, not because the gun's crap, not because some fool's hopping around making brick walls, bunny hopping like an idiot. So PUBG or Apex Legends, where your guns actually aim straight. I may not like the game type, but I can respect that the design's not stupid. It worked in a looter shooter format, though, because you'd get better guns as you leveled up and you found better gear. So there was a progression to it, and it was a lot of fun. It was such fun. There were a lot of problems with it. It had a very bad like free-to-play angle where you were compelled to buy these stupid llama things to upgrade your parts, and lots of stupid systems that were...
Those loot llamas.
That revolved around... either grinding a lot for nothing or for doing microtransactions, which was an issue. But we were like, oh, don't worry, they'll fix it one day. And then they made the Battle Royale mode, and just the PvE version still exists. It's been just dumped in the garbage, though. Well, they'll update it occasionally for the people who care, but it's a shame because it was genuinely a lot of fun. It was so much fun. Because you would have, it's like Left 4 Dead when you had the huge wave of zombies in certain points. It was like that, but you could build a base first and have like laser turrets and stuff on top. And they'd break through the base, like, they're coming out of the walls! They're coming out of the beep beep walls! You know what I'm doing? Thank you, Bill Paxton. But it was like that, and it was great. And then they ruined it. And Matt was sad. But I had to put it on my list because it was a really good looter shooter.
Because I thought that it was always a battle royale.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
But it was cool. And if you played it, you get it. I mean, it wasn't great. It had a lot of problems, just like other stuff. But instead of becoming fixed like Destiny or Division and hopefully Anthem, it became PUBG. Yeah. Can you tell? Can you feel the ichor there? It's like, ugh. I don't get it. And call me a hipster, call me what you want. It's just I do not understand the fascination with Battle Royale. It's a great book, great movie, terrible game.
I think it is though. I think it's just that it's easily accessible to everyone, and you don't have to devote 1,000 billion hours into it. Though a lot of people do.
Yes.
But and a lot of people pay. Oh my God, the amount of money that people put into Fortnite, I think, is scary.
Yep. Free to play games with the devil, dude. That's why I
But you
don't
know
like 'em.
what? I'll be real though. I mean, how much money, if we play Final Fantasy for like X amount of time, how much money is that? It's probably a lot. So
Yeah, but there's a lot of original content in 14.
that's
Like
true.
there is so much crap in 14 that you haven't even touched, that I haven't even touched.
Yeah, that's true. So
In my 200 and almost 50 hours on this account.
yeah. I do definitely feel like at that point I am getting a lot of bang for my buck.
I mean, that's like Overwatch. That's like having to pay for Overwatch monthly. I wouldn't do that. No way. You know, Overwatch is fun, and I've gotten quite a few hours out of Overwatch.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to buy loot boxes for Overwatch. Heck no. I wouldn't do that. That's madness because there's nothing new. It's like, oh, there's a new hero. Great. Well, that's going to change up the game about that much.
I think it's just
Once again, not saying Overwatch isn't a great game, because it is.
yeah.
It's just, you know, there's a world of difference in content. You know, like I'll pay for content happily. I will not pay for a T-shirt. Like, you know, Anthem has the cash shop
Yes.
thing, but I've bought half of the suits of armor in that game with my in-game money, and I will never have to buy it with physical money. If I want to
Yes.
accelerate that, I can buy that, but that's it. You aren't buying, you know, you aren't paying for like power-ups or like Warframe where you can accelerate your leveling. I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate it with a passion.
that doesn't. I feel like that doesn't really make sense to me. That aspect of it, like I kind of understand it. If it should be an option, if you want to pay for something that's cosmetic, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I feel like it sucks the fun out of a game to pay for like leveling and
Paying
stuff.
for an advantage in a game that has any kind of competitive aspect, though, is just dirty. And I don't know how we got on this. Now the microtransaction show, haha, leaning on nothing. But yeah, I want to talk about Fortnite because I did genuinely enjoy quite a bit of it. And I'm kind of sad that it's been duped or dropped or destroyed because I thought it could have been really, really good if they would have ironed out the kinks. So it's a bit of a shame. But, you know, to each his own. I'm glad so many of you like Fortnite. I really genuinely hope you have fun. It's not for me. I have to disclaimer that or the Fortnite people will rip my head off. It's just not for me. It's not that it's a bad game. It's a bad game. But, you know, that's fine. You enjoy what you want. It's a horrible game. And that's just the way it goes, you know?
Subliminal messaging.
It's cool. Yes. Consume.
Buy
Buy
more loot
retro video
boxes.
games. Hey. No, sorry. There was that one episode where I put in flashes of a laughing Miyamoto like 15 times into the show.
Oh my
no
God,
one caught
what?
it. It was just a flash of him going for like a 16th of a second.
You did not.
I did too.
Which one was that?
I don't remember. It was like 10 episodes ago now, but I was just occasionally in a frame of Miyamoto going
Oh my
like
God.
just all throughout the show. I just toss it into the timeline.
That's really funny.
No one noticed it.
That's really funny.
It was just
You're such a dork.
It was the best.
That's
I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna put random. I've also put random Gundams into it.
Oh my, you have not.
I've put small Gundams like half like with low opacity just in the corner of shows before. Just to see if anyone noticed. Now David knows about it. But,
He's gonna stab you.
Just for fun, just up there like a small Mark II in the corner, like. But you have to look really hard to see it because
Yeah.
it's there and it's usually like up in the dark somewhere like in the black of things, so you can't see it. But I know it's there.
That's funny.
I know it's there. But I think unless you had anything else to add, we're about done.
Yeah, that's it.
That's mostly, and there are other looter shooters out there that we haven't touched. Like I've never personally played Shadow Warrior, but I know that's supposed to be pretty good. There's a few other ones out there that I don't know because it's late and I'm tired and haven't had food all day.
I know. I'm like, it's midnight.
It is. Oh God.
We could still get some Final Fantasy in.
I'm having dinner first. I don't care. I want food. Okay, you can go play. I'm eating. All right, and that's it. I don't care. Get your Black Mage leveled up so you can catch up.
Yeah.
Bruh. But, you know, as always, thank you so much for watching, listening.
Thank you.
Whichever you prefer, if you do both. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on social media. We do have social media, don't we, Brittany?
We
We're
do.
on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
Do you know those addresses off the top of your head? Because I don't.
Gosh darn it. Hold on. Let me look it up.
But they're there. You can also email us at podcast@gameovervideogames.com. Don't worry about it.
No.
We'll film a commercial with it.
No. Hold on.
Oh,
No.
Oh, hold on.
No.
So, further on, you know what I really enjoy about Gundam?
It's Game Overcast. It's so easy. Okay.
so at Instagram, it's at Game Overcast.
Yes.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
what was like Facebook was like Game Overcast USA or something like that, or wasn't it something weird?
I don't remember the Facebook
.USA.
one.
Oh, you failed me now.
I know.
Either way, on Instagram, we're definitely at Game Overcast, which is where I'm a lot more active on just because Facebook makes me sad. But we're there, so, give us a like, leave us a comment, give us an email if you want to answer the question of the show, which was one of the most weird, ambiguous questions. Your least favorite Zelda or PS1 Final Fantasy?
Not
or
related
whatever.
to our theme at all,
Her
but that's
fault.
okay. That's
It's
okay.
her fault entirely.
I want to know.
But yeah, please let us know. We'll get back to you soon, and thank you very much for listening. I'm Matt.
Thank you. I'm Brit.
And we'll see you next time on Game Overcast.
Bye.
Hello, and welcome to...